Hey everyone, welcome back to Invasion. It's been a little while. Unfortunately, we had some family stuff, so we couldn't play last or 2 weeks ago. So it's been about a month actually since we got to get back with the crew and kick off. Got to figure out what's going on in the galaxy with these mysterious new invaders coming in and mucking everything up. So we're picking back up with the session. Before we do that, a little bit of a recap. And actually, before the recap, I do want to give a shout out. I've mentioned this a couple times on stream before, but this is going along with the Dungeon Jedi Masters annual Patreon giveaway or Patreon adventure, I should say. So this is actually going to be the start of Adventure 2. So this will be the new one that dropped last week before last, sometime in April it dropped. So you guys, if you want to run this with your table, if you liked how the adventure played, you can go and download it or join the Patreon and download it off there and get to run it with you and your crew. Nice thing is there will be some changes though. I've made some customizations for my crew and some of the different things they've got up to, but otherwise the bones of it will be the same, and I encourage you to go customize it for your crew too. So go check that out. But let's give a recap. It's been quite some time, so definitely want to make sure everybody's caught up in the loop on what's going on. uh, Perfect. Hold on, let me check something. I know my audio's coming through weird. Can you hear me at Vars? Is it coming through all right?
I can hear you fine.
Perfect. Let me make sure
I mean,
this.
like on stream. That's the.
Let me check something real quick on that side. And stream, if you're in there, post if you can hear me. Oh, he said they can hear me. Sweet. Thank you, medical shy guy. Appreciate that. Sweet. Always on the lookout just to make sure that no audio errors on that side. So appreciate the check there. But yeah, so last session you guys did quite a bit. So this was it was kind of a downtime session to recoup from the craziness of the destruction of Vela that the party narrowly made their way away from, and just kind of get a little bit of time to rest, recharge, and kind of go about your own interests. So each of the crew pursued some of their own downtime in between finding items, kind of going into the lab and building some new tech and medicine, as well as kind of connecting with their own factions. They kind of reported back on what happened to Vela, and of course, each of the galactic factions were interested in what happened and wanted them to kind of pursue their own interest and find out what happened next and kind of how they can best twist it to their advantage or profit off of it. So after the crew got together, then had more than a few drinks at one of the Bespin's cantinas, and started a little bit of a kerfuffle when Geert offered to pay for everybody's drinks in a was it a Deltron body or Deltron form? Uh, Something like that. And they bailed as soon as they got as that went south. But
He was
after
a
that,
sexy Zeldron, that's what he was.
so,
Yeah.
that's it. Getting the stir going at I forgot it was like a heavy metal bar that Caesar goes to quite or had frequented during his time on Bespin. But after
I think
that,
it was like a rave bar,
was it a rave
but
bar?
yeah, rave bar.
After leaving the rave bar with more than a few drinks in them, the crew went to go meet with Director Jen, with quite a few of them feeling the buzz at the moment. Director Jen is the Zerka director for the Bespin operations, the mining, and all of the business operations. And been a contact of Talus's, and he brought the whole crew with him to go meet him. And during that meeting, Zerka offered them quite a hefty little bit of bounty on that side to go hunt down some of the Yuzon Vong ships, offering 20,000 for one of their small fighter ships if they can bring it in alive, 15,000 if they can bring it in dead but intact, and then 30,000 for their medium ships alive. So they little hefty bounty on that side, and Zerka wants to study them. They seem very, very interested in their gravity manipulation and wanted to pay for it. The meeting, though, didn't go quite so well, with some of the party not liking Director Jen's profitable nature. And eventually it ended with a little bit of aggressive negotiation and intimidation from Caesar and some of the other party members. What it actually did work out well for the party because you guys were able to secure an additional modification from Zerka to assist in your efforts and not just to make you go away. After that, you guys met with General Vet and Master Kalu, who you learned that the pair had been kind of called back to Coruscant to testify to the Senate on what happened to Vela, the Fifth Fleet, and all the Republic assets, learning that the two had been stripped of command until they report back and kind of let everybody know what happened. And you guys got the sense from Kalu and Vet that they may be taking the blame for this one. They're a little bit worried, but they're heading back to report in. But before they did so, they wanted to let you all know that they had lost contact with the Republic colony of Saijo right before Vela went up. They had sent out a recon group to investigate, but hadn't heard back from them before the fall. And unfortunately, now that they've been stripped of command, they can't send any additional resources to look into it. But due to a clerical error and probably a little bit of fudging by the general, Dash and Caesar hadn't been reassigned yet. So they were able to push them on that side and request that you guys go and check out the colony, help the people if you can, but definitely report back with whatever information is possible going on there, especially with Vela being right in the route, or Saijo being right in the invasion route from Vela. But after that, you guys spoke with the general and had a little bit of a tough conversation with the general, too, because he still wasn't too fond of Dash and Caesar after some of their antics and made a few too many cutting remarks and got kind of cut down a bit by both Dash and Geert. Actually earning a true apology, a sincere apology from the general on how he treated the pair so far.
Everyone's silent.
You guys just kind of wail into a bit, kind of like pile it on to the poor guy.
Yeah, we kicked him while he was down, definitely.
But you guys got a sincere apology. And he requested, he said he would offer you guys 10,000 credits for finding out what happened to the colony. And after, I forgot who, but somebody mentioned getting to study Yuzon Vong's ship. Couldn't offer any credits on that side, but he did say that that could be very beneficial to the Republic war effort to get a chance to study their ships, their technology, and kind of figure out exactly how everything's working. And then finally, this is kind of a big session for kind of finding out what's next. The group met with Geert's buddy named Rizzy, who let them know that there was a listening post on Kinoween that may have a little bit more information on these mysterious invaders. It's got some pretty decked out satellites and may have been able to watch kind of where they came from and their path to Vela. But unfortunately, the operative went dark and they just wanted you to stop by, pick up the data. It should have been a blue milk run, bring it back, and you guys be good to go and get a little bit extra credit for your efforts too. But after some discussion, the group decided that helping the colony of Saijo and potentially nabbing a Yuzon Vong ship, if possible, kind of seemed like their best path forward. And that's actually where we're going to pick up. So you guys are still on Bespin. You haven't left yet. You probably slept off the remaining booze from your night out the day before. But yeah, you guys are kind of ready. Or if there's anything, actually, is there anything you all want to do before leaving and heading out to Saijo?
Well, if we're on the ship, I'm going to just go ahead and check to see if my experimental backpack is all charged from the superstations that we have, and go ahead and remove that and just keep that handy just in case it's needed, which is definitely most likely. And then I'm just going to be working with Jarvis to plot out the shortest route to our destination.
Perfect. What's up? Anybody else doing anything while this is all going on?
Vars is kind of going stir crazy. It feels like he's been there for a long time, almost too long, almost like a month. So he's ready to hit the road, or hyperspace lane, however you want to go about it.
Caesar would probably be hanging out with Dash, still in his civilian clothing, making conversation, more as just listening to Dash if he ever starts talking about explosives or some of the things he's seen.
Yeah, Dash is always talking about explosives. He's just like randomly talking about all of the explosives that he stuffed under his bed on the ship, and like all the plans of like, what he's gonna do with it and how big the explosions are. And he's like, yeah, I think it's gonna take out the entire hangar bay. He's like, but that won't happen. It won't happen. It won't happen. It might. And then he just goes quiet.
Yeah. Caesar would be very invested into that conversation.
I forgot a couple of things that happened last session too. Outside of Dash bringing on a metric ton of explosives, I think Geert brought on a whole brewing setup onto the ship.
Yeah, he just hauled it on.
That's right.
Talus is just being a team player and ignoring it. Like, he took up half my lab with brewing, and I'm just like,
Now for brewing, would it be possible to get something brewing while we're traveling?
Oh yeah, you guys have. Because what did I say? I think I said 5 days to Saijo. So yeah, you could definitely get something brewing while you guys are traveling.
Oh, perfect. So do we just have the usual range of selection? I don't think they have too much more than what's on the site, right, for adventuring gear?
Yes. So just right now, because you guys are. So it'd be kind of the unenhanced stuff. So yeah, you'd have the regular range for adventuring gear. And we can. I haven't looked at the brewing stuff too much overall, but if there's not much for enhanced, we can kind of go over that. And
I haven't either, and I thought,
too.
it's one of those like more unexplored ones. I thought that would be kind of fun, and it fits with the character. So who knows?
It definitely fits with the
maybe
character.
we'll blaze a path here or something and write something up. But okay, so I just want to take a look at a couple of these. I might try to. Can you get multiple going at the same time? Or
Because
is
these
it-
are unenhanced, so you can do 250 credits a day, I think. So you could probably brew a couple of them. I think they're like 80, 90 credits usually.
Yeah, they're under. Yeah, I
Ooh.
think the lowest is like 60 and the highest is 95. So I just got to look through and see which ones they are, and then I'll make a
Perfect.
list, check it twice, the whole thing.
Yeah, you could brew because it'd be half cost too. So you could brew quite a bit in a day actually.
Oh, it's half cost.
Yeah, because you're constructing it.
Oh wow.
So yeah, anything you
Oh
build
yeah.
is half cost. So
Oh gosh, that's right. I forgot all about that.
so
Are we rounding appropriately or rounding down? That's a question.
That's new rules with that. So if you haven't checked out the podcast we did for DJM, check that out today. It goes over a lot of the new stuff. But that's one of the big new rules is you round appropriately now. So it's not always down. It's if it's over 5, if it's 5 or over, you round. It's regular rounding rules, I say. So 5 or over, you round up. Below 5, you round down. 0.5, yeah.
Wow.
That's for
Using
everything.
proper math, and again, it's all about math. Who would have thought?
Well, I think there's some stuff they want it to round a certain way because it's super powerful or something like that. You're not meant to get more than what it works out to or something. But okay, I'll take a look at these and then I'll come up with a list. I'm thinking something spice brew for force points, and then what's the tech point one? Is that
there's points that
Novadian
give you-
grog?
Okay. I didn't know that the brews would give you more tech and force points. That's pretty cool.
They do, but then you
We're gonna
suffer
have
like addiction
powers.
stuff.
Oh,
Science,
they have the addiction rules.
drinking.
Nice.
Oh,
Yeah, this crew is definitely probably my first one that's really leaning into the addiction side, and I'm looking forward to seeing how that
Yay,
goes.
drugs! We're gonna
Yeah.
become our own cartel. Form the
all right, guys,
cartel
before we
form
go
for
around the
Vong.
corner and we start fighting these guys, I need to do a shot and I need to do something.
Yo,
I love
Hey,
the
you-
fact there's a whole barbarian subclass all about that, though.
Definitely.
I use my bonus action to bump. Like, it's his rage.
Time
Oh,
out,
man.
man. We got to get high real quick. We gotta get...
yeah, right. Like, how many can I fit into my bandolier? Oh man. Oh boy.
Yo, one.
It weighs
one-
0 pounds, so
Oh, God.
yeah.
So infinite.
Although I
goodness.
think you have to put it in a container to actually use it, so it's whatever the container weighs.
Man. All right. Whew. Yeah, that's
So
gonna get
I
fun.
forgot how much demolition supplies I put on the ship.
Oh, that's a really good question. I did not write that down.
Oops.
I did not.
I thought I did somewhere. I'll figure it out later. It's a substantial amount, I know.
Well, we'll figure that out. But you've got some 5 days to craft whatever you need on that side, depending on how much you brought. And then, is anybody else doing anything special on Bespin before we kick off the new adventure? I think we got everybody so far.
I think Garrett was going to pick up a med pack, or maybe
Okay.
try to bum one off the doctor for a little bit of a discount, if he's willing.
I'll just give you one. Take a med pack. I've
Even
got,
better.
4 on me.
Garrett keeps his credits. Thanks, appreciate it. He'll chuck him 150.
150. Cool.
Gonna give you something, at least to make the next one.
I would have lost that
Damn.
bet. I feel like Gary would have been like the one, like, hey, I'll get you a drink sometime.
I'll pay you back.
You know what? While you're at it, Gear, go ahead and take this too, and I'll hand you a stamina adrenal.
Oh, what does that do?
So it once you take it, it lasts an hour, increases your maximum hit points by 10.
Wow, that's really nice.
Oh, geez.
So if you get any
Thank you.
I'm just
high-powered rocks your way,
just
you'll
going
be
off
okay.
a little bit of trend analysis here. You take the most damage.
Somehow,
Mostly from
yeah.
rock.
I get hit with rocks a lot. Like a lot of, I think a lot of the attacks against me were rocks. I think that's the worst part of it all.
I don't see that changing either. We're about to go against Space Rock.
Just invaders with like cool weapons and like living snakes as weapons, and what do I get hit with? A rock.
You're the Charlie Brown of the Invaders campaign confirmed.
I die. I don't want it to be something native to this galaxy. That's just wrong. Oh man.
Perfect. Well, after you guys get your supplies and Geert gets the brewery pumping and Dash is down there making explosives while Talus gets the kind of the low pressure hyperspace jump and gets to get those coordinates just perfect. You guys make your way from the gas giant Bespin, leaving Cloud City behind, and make your way into hyperspace. You guys see those kind of blue streaks of lines, hyperspace lines kind of surrounding you. And you guys get a good 5 days with your newfound crew, just moving through hyperspace, stuck aboard the Nova Kana, and getting to know each other, as well as kind of getting prepared to see what you're going to find at the missing colony of Saijo. After the 5 days passes, as you guys go through and kind of work with, gotta get everything prepared and just kind of probably playing some back and wasting some time as you guys move through there. That 5 days does end, and you do emerge from hyperspace. And around you, kind of actually, before you emerge from hyperspace, what's kind of the group's plan of attack? What's the group's kind of plan coming into the system of Saijo?
Well, did we want to be a little stealthy?
So you might as well put it through its paces.
But also, we don't know what's going on here, so it would probably be wise just to keep low profile anyway.
There is a downside to activating the stealth device, and Talus would probably default to letting Jarvis the First explain the reason, but ultimately we will get disadvantage on any sort of scanner checks.
Oh,
For our own scanners.
Well,
Well, I
yeah.
mean,
that
Some-
kind of works against figuring things out, right?
so just keep a low profile. We can do that without activating it. Just fly casual.
Yeah.
Well, we could always do a visual look.
Exactly.
We can squint.
Mhm.
We don't like what we see, we whip around the nearest celestial body and then use the gravity to sling us about, but we We just activate the invisibility. We come right back. They'll never suspect a thing. Works
Yeah.
every
Never
time.
expected. Maybe jump in into the system on like maybe the outskirts of the system. Do a quick scan and see what we can find, and then kind of coast using the stealth device or
You're
our
asking
new
for a
stealth
micro
system.
jump there. That's
So
tricky.
I think the first
Coulda-
thing that
coulda
I
gone.
Doable, but tricky. I am an ace pilot, but it is a tough one.
Don't worry, Jarvis and I, we can calculate that down to the nearest 1,000, easy.
Nearest thousandth?
Correction, I meant trillionth. Trillion.
Ah, okay, that's a little bit better. Because you know what happens if we're traveling super fast and hit a mote of dust, right?
Nope. What happens?
I mean, I was hoping you did, but I know what the end result is.
Don't worry, I have I equipped the Nova Cannon with anti-dust shields.
Well,
All right, well, I'll do whatever we need to. You just let me know.
I mean, my vote is we just show up. Whatever's there is there.
I mean,
just
it's
see
a Republic
Dash
world, right?
loading like a rocket in, like one of his missiles, be like, all right, let's do it, guys.
Yeah,
It's a Republic world. We should be
probably
Okay.
okay. And if we're not, then, well, we'll make it okay, one way or another.
And
Right?
I can't remember if we did. Did any of you guys roll lore? Or did we do a lore check on Saijo? Do you guys know anything about Saijo?
I don't think we got
I do.
beyond.
I know it's a planet.
Yeah. Roll a lore check.
All right.
I couldn't remember if we did that or not last session.
Oh,
Oop.
well, that's a good way to start. 6 more to go. Or is it 7? You can
Oh,
put 6 or 7
surprisingly has
more,
more.
I mean.
7 more. Yep, 7.
Alright. My
Alright.
goal has been set.
So Caesar and Geert, you have not heard of Saijo. Honestly, it's not surprising. It's a Republic colony, and there's not really too much to hear about it. Talus, you've heard a little bit. It was in the news somewhat recently. It's a recently reacquired Republic territory. For the last 3 or 4 years, it's been in Dominion control, but with Supreme Chancellor Oveno's recent push to retake the core world or the Outer Rim worlds, the Republic recently reacquired it back into its territory. Vars and Dash, you guys know a little bit more. Dash, you probably were listening a little bit more intently to the Republic kind of overall wartime updates. And Vars, you're Mandalorian, just kind of keep your ear to the ground for situations where there could be a little bit of profit. Besides, overall, it's a pretty nondescript colony. There's not like Vela where there's a lot of resources like Tabana or Beridium. The biggest thing about it that's really kind of drawn somewhat galactic notice is it's a pretty big bread box. It's a great agricultural world to be able to grow crops, grow food. It just grows quickly and just makes everything a lot easier to be able to kind of plant, grow, and acquire in a short time. The soil's very rich, to say.
All right, so looks like we're dealing with a bunch of farmers. I think we'll be all right, probably.
Weren't Mandalorians farmers at one point? I mean, maybe not all farmers are so docile, you know? Especially if you go on their land.
Well,
Right.
yeah, but we should be all right. Again,
Okay.
I don't know. I'm feeling confident.
She's just gonna point out the reason why we're even here checking on this is because the colony's gone dark. That's right, yeah. So he's fully expecting resistance and or military force, either by the Dominion, by these invaders. Heck, it could be just a completely different faction. Who knows? It could be the Crusaders. And as such, as we're kind of going throughout here, he is going to be using a superiority dice immediately and giving a encouraging speech.
Oh, nice.
And so it takes a minute, but he can choose a number of creatures up to his modifier for his stuff, which is his wisdom. So that's 4. So that's everyone here except himself, and he gives them temporary HP.
Ooh. Yeah, I'm
And
feeling
it does not say
lucky.
when this temporary HP ends.
Perfect. Yeah, so it lasts.
Nice. Yeah.
4.
hey, it's
Every
4
bit
more than
helps.
I'll
that.
take it.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
Well,
I know I'm gonna need it.
Uh,
There's a rock around on this planet. I'm gonna get hit by it.
the BBEG is just gonna be a large. Actually, kind of fits for the user of Vong. The BBEG is gonna be a real big rock, a real
Just
big
mountain. I'm like, damn it.
Write
My
that down.
my arch nemesis. The whole campaign, he's been sending his
Yeah.
minions after me, taunting me.
Wait till we find someone with a sling.
oh no,
Oh God.
it's gonna be. You're gonna be this campaign.
The thing about that, it actually adds to your maximum health, so it's not going to count
Oh,
towards the
nice.
temporary
Yeah.
hit points or anything. So you actually have plus
That's
10
awesome.
and then four
Yeah.
hit points.
Woo. Then I'm
So you actually have
fine with
14.
armor of
Yeah.
Abeloth. I might survive the fight.
You might,
Well,
you
we're
might survive
rooting
the
for
first
you.
hit from the rock.
The first hit. It's not a crit.
Perfect.
So
So it sounds like you guys are coming out on the outskirts of the system. Is that right?
Yes.
yeah,
You
Come in
Yeah.
from the outskirts and just kind of scan as we go and
Hmm.
take it slow, but also steady.
Maybe try to pick up some radio chatter if there's anything broadcasting.
Or
hey, that's a-
distress signals or any
That's a-
indication of what was going on here beforehand. Actually, on that note, would we be able to see, like, is there debris like scattered about the orbit or maybe
Oh,
further out?
Definitely. So as you guys come out of hyperspace, a few things become apparent pretty much all at once. The first, if you guys are scanning the channels across all, bandwidths, you do have a distress signal playing. And I'll get to that distress signal in a second, but you do see it kind of all channels, Republic primarily, but even if you check some of the other channels, it looks like they're just broadcasting this across the streams. Just a distress signal. It looks like it's coming from the principal city for the colony, Saijo City, because you know Star Wars loves to name their cities after their planets. I forgot I mentioned that on stream before I mentioned the play-by-post, but it's like half of the planet's cities named after the planet. But you have that going through. But as you guys kind of revert, get the sensors going, get the visual sweeps moving, you see a number of different things. The first is the space around the planet is clear of any ships. You don't see any hostile ships. You don't see any friendly ships. But what you do see is the remains of a lot of different technology. You see what looks to be satellites who have orbited the planet that have been just melted down with holes that look like plasma sprayed across them. You also see the burnt out remains of kind of the meager defense force that was left by the Republic to defend the colony, just burned through, just almost looks like things have been melting through with repeated plasma blast. But the surprising piece with all of this carnage is you don't see any asteroids, any hostile forces. It just looks kind of burnt down, at least from the kind of the upper atmosphere, or at least from the kind of the far orbit, I should say. You just see kind of just remains of the technology that surrounded it. You see the ping coming from the hologram or the repeated distress signal, and you also see just looks like you guys are still far out, so you're not able to get a great look at the planet, but you can see like smoke pretty heavily in the atmosphere around certain points of the planet. It looks like just kind of just billowing smoke, like kind of wildfire-ish smoke around certain points on the planet. But you don't see kind of much smoke around Saijo City so far. So what's the crew doing? So what's the crew doing after seeing all of this, seeing the stress signal, the ruins, and the smoke around the planet?
Caesar is a Caesar has been around. He's been in war and he's been an officer. One kind of tactic he would use is you don't have to fight an enemy if your enemy isn't your enemy anymore. If you can break morale, if you can break them down to the point where either they surrender or willingly join you, you can move on and take what you need from them and keep going. So his immediate concern when seeing this, especially with the lack there of smoke around Saijo City and the lack there of meteors, is either two things has happened. One, they're there, but we can't see them, and they've simply taken that city, taken it hostage, and are controlling this planet. Possibly have been there for a while. Or two, they've talked to the city, to some governing bodies there, and have basically convinced them to join the invaders' side. And that is his very immediate concern, because it's kind of what he would do in this situation. But he doesn't know exactly what would have to be offered to regular people for something like that to happen, or if it was simply a use of subterfuge and, well, mental enslavement that got them to that point.
Well, dumb question maybe, but there was no distress signal beyond this system, right?
Yeah, so you guys came out of hyperspace in this system, so yeah, nothing like oh yeah, so that's a fair point too. So as you guys kind of search through like the HoloNet, you can't access the HoloNet. You don't see any holo transceivers. And if you look through the wreckage, I mean, you probably assume if you look through the wreckage of the satellites, you'd realize that the holo relay for the Saijo system has been destroyed.
All right. Well, so, but you mentioned the stress signals earlier. They can't get out because their relay is down. But can we make out what the distress signals are saying?
Oh yeah, definitely. So you guys can't play the distress signals, and once you play that, you hear kind of a gruff voice come over the comms. And it goes, "This is Captain Kerr of the Republic Grand Army. We're trapped in Saijo City. Got 100 civilians with us. We need reinforcements ASAP. And extra. We need to get off this planet. Unknown hostile forces have been assaulting the city. They know where we are. They know roughly our defenses, and they keep coming. We've bunked down in the underground of Saijo City, taking refuge in the hollow tram tracks underneath the ground. As I repeat, they know where we are. They keep sending forays into our facility, testing our defenses, but so far have yet decided to breach it. We need to be extricated ASAP. Any assistance you can provide, we would appreciate it, Republic or otherwise. We've got civilian lives down here. We need help."
Our ship can't hold 100 people.
Probably not, huh? Well,
Following the distress signal, I'm just going to ask Jarvis to run a very focused scan only around the Saijo City area where the beacon is coming from.
well, I guess I'll ask Jarvis too because we talked to ships. Jarvis, do you see a time stamp?
Jarvis, it kind of begins, and somebody can roll a probe check for Jarvis on that. Jarvis, this looks to have been recorded earlier this morning. It looks to be on a repeated loop, but so far the signals is strong. It's still being transmitted actively.
All right.
Do we have any capability to transmit this back outside of this sector, back to the Republic forces by chance?
Unfortunately,
Like
not
the
without the
relay?
holo relay. Yeah. I think that is one of the modifications if you guys do want to go for it, though, eventually.
A mobile transceiver.
Considering how this thing is gone, yeah, that would make a lot of sense. Yeah. All right. Well, we know they're there.
We know that those creatures haven't caught up to it yet because they haven't smashed to shit.
Yeah.
That seems to be their favorite thing to do. Are there any other ships actually out in the orbit or anything, or we detect nothing? No other ship out there.
You don't see any ships in orbit. From the probe check, from Jarvis as well, you are able to get a good a decent scan of Saijo City. You guys are pretty far from the planet's orbit, but you do see that there are some faint, like real faint runnings of electronic energy. It seems like it's shielded below ground, maybe, but you're really not able to get a great ping on it just due to your distance and kind of how faint they are. And as you look at it too, Vitalis is looking at Jarvis is analyzing it. This is real faint for a city. Like this is like definitely quite a bit of electronics, but not like this would be like a small like outpost version of electronics. This is not what you'd expect even for a colony city.
Like a substation and for a neighborhood or something like that. Like it's
exactly, yeah.
not very large. Still substantial, but not large.
But it ain't no city.
Okay. Not a nuclear reactor.
Well, I'll point that out and just kind of say, well, this the section right here looks like the location that we want to head to. Jarvis, were you able to find a timestamp on that distress beacon as well?
It appears to have been recorded earlier this day, and then transmitted repeatedly.
All right, well, they might still be alive. I mean, we should just go,
Oh,
right?
Yeah,
why
I
don't we
agree.
try talking to them? See if they actually have a way to communicate. Maybe the situation's changed.
You're up. Yeah, you're not wrong.
We could try it.
Can Jarvis fly the ship?
He can't yet.
Yeah.
I think not until next level up.
Okay.
Tired of my flying
But
already,
he
huh?
can take.
I think he can shoot now, though, right? Or is that next level up too?
Yes, he can.
Okay.
Yeah,
he can make attacks.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So are you guys going in, or anything else you want to do, kind of on the outskirts so far?
Well, we should probably close the gap and try communicating with them. Right? Anybody disagree?
Yeah. No,
How
makes sense.
close do we usually have to get?
I'm a little worried about putting the Novacana in harm's way so fast.
Mhm.
So, I mean, I'm confident in your guys' abilities if we want to kind of land safely and hoof it and then try to communicate before we start shooting
Yeah.
heads.
I agree. We don't want them to know where the ship is. We certainly don't want them to know where we land at.
Okay, I can get behind that.
I'm very, very protective of Jarvis.
Well,
I can see how much they hate technology, and he is
oh yeah,
one of a kind.
Oh, that was
So-
the other thing I forgot. Comlinks. I was going to pick up a comlink.
Oh yeah, you could definitely
Oh,
say you picked
One
Valor
thing I
before,
never did, I realized I don't have one.
Mhm.
Oh, I should probably get one of those too.
right? Yeah, it's
Yeah, right.
probably a fair game. As
No
anybody doesn't
idea
have a
how we-
goblin.
I think I actually bought one. So Dash's time on Coaz, he's been through a few operations like this, covert, kind of move in quietly type deals, and so he would suggest that we since this isn't going to be our way off planet for the civilians, that we park the Novacana somewhere secure. We leave the stealth device activated, and Jarvis can protect the ship with the guns. And that way it'll allow us to move off to a safe distance before we open comms in case they can track our comms.
Yeah.
So that would just kind of be like basic 101 Republic strat of
if
infiltration. So
if I could offer a suggestion, maybe try to find a shipyard to land close to see if there's any sort of ships that can be salvaged or used. Maybe because this thing does not fit 100 civilians.
yeah, we're gonna have to find a way off planet.
Yeah. Okay.
I guess on that note, do we know how many this ship actually can hold? That might be useful to know now before we go in. In case I don't like to say it, but we might have to pick and choose who comes with.
For a
Might be
5-day
good to know.
journey outside of outside of you guys, you could probably hold about 15 more people comfortably with the supplies you guys have.
All right. How about uncomfortably?
Uncomfortably, like doing half rations, you guys could probably do about 25 more people.
Okay.
Okay.
If we were able to get,
quarter of them.
yeah, if we were able to find rations on the planet, it's a food planet, would that increase, or is there just a space issue at that point?
So it would increase it a little bit, but definitely space and kind of like the life support functions would be the hard part at that point.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
I might be thinking too far ahead, but can the Novacana like tow a ship if we find one that's space worthy, but the engines are screwed?
Yeah, you guys, or a ship your size, a medium ship, you could tow another medium ship like you did with the general ship too.
Okay. Well, again, I think we're getting too far ahead of ourselves. We can think about all the what ifs and could be's, but we won't know anything else while we're down there.
Does
He's just
Saijo?
gonna be smiling and
You go ahead.
He's just gonna be smiling and partially looking in the distance as he is going to bring up this. God, I forgot to practice the voice before this. Always attempt to capture one of the invader ships, and use that to help transport these civilians. It's already part of the plan to capture at least a small one. If we find a medium one, and well, we do take it for ourselves. Two birds with one stone.
I mean, if any of us can figure out how to fly one, yeah, but
Caesar
Again,
will hold up the amphistaph on his arm, just like I
mean-
have a good feeling about it.
well, again, we won't know until we're down there.
All right.
Oh, I was going to ask, does Saijo have a moon of any kind?
Does not have a moon.
Okay. I was just looking to see if there'd be something we could hide behind to scan. That way it might mask our presence when we get closer. Take like a better look, but might
So
have to
no
just get-
moon, but there's a lot of wreckage that you guys can hide behind.
would we want to do like another scan when we get that close, or we still want to play
Because
it
you guys
really
haven't ran a
close to the belt?
scan yet.
I mean, we could try running a scan now that once we get closer, because we were, way the hell out in the system trying to squint and see what we can see.
Right, but I think Talus didn't want to draw attention too soon. But if
Okay.
we're amongst a bunch of wreckage, maybe they'll take it for something else. Might up
Could
our
be.
chances at least, but
Yeah.
It's your ship, boss.
That's what it
I
boils
mean,
down
we're en route to the shipyard, or we're scanning for a shipyard? Is that what we're trying to do?
Yeah, so you guys are kind of en route closer. You can definitely, once you get closer, scan the planet as a whole and see if you can find kind of what's going on the planet. Maybe find a shipyard as well.
Okay. All right, Jarvis, run a scan.
Perfect. And are you? So as you guys approach, are you guys stealth devising it, or are you guys moving normal?
Not yet.
Perfect. So as Nova kind of
Much
moves
better.
deeper
22.
into the system, kind of closer to the planet of Saijo, you do boot up those scanners, and you do get to see kind of a pretty good picture of the planet. So one of the big things you guys notice, you guys noticed quite a bit of the 21 on that side. So you guys get to notice. So big thing is you see this still no Yuzon Vong ships above orbit or kind of close to the planet, or at least in the air around the planet. But as you guys kind of hone in on the planet, focus those scanners on Saijo itself, you do notice a couple different what look like shipyards or farms, maybe. You do see kind of these asteroids, those coral skipper ships. They look to be kind of like part grown, like part finished. You see that they're kind of in rows in deep black soil. You see them kind of scattered around a couple different places on the planet. There's rows of those ships look like they're being kind of grown and kind of their version of manufactured upon the planet of Saijo. You also notice outside of Saijo City, which is it looks rough. Saijo City, you kind of get that scanner report. It looks damaged. You see multiple scorch marks and like homes have been burnt down. The city's infrastructure has been kind of rumbled, and it looks like a lot of rubble and destruction have been left behind on Saiho. But compared to the rest of the planet's infrastructure, Saiho has gotten off quite light. Saiho City has gotten off quite light. Most of the other kind of even major or even minor cities, towns, and locales look like they've been completely burnt to the ground. Nothing left behind, creating that kind of just billowing smoke that's even visible from the atmosphere of the planet. Saiho City, though, it's rough, but doesn't seem like it's gotten that same treatment so far. The other thing you guys notice as well, it doesn't look like they're tracking you or anything, but it looks like there's been some defensive emplacements built onto the planet. Looks like some anti-air guns have been kind of positioned around the planet of Saiho. As that doesn't look like it's tracking you. With the 22, you guys are able to kind of take a good look at it and see if it's kind of following your presence. But it does look like they do have some anti-air guns kind of positioned around. But they just seem inert so far. And it looks like, and you guys see them the sensors probably give you the reading of anti-air guns, but it looks like kind of like little asteroidy like structures with those little mouths built onto them that look like the plasma launchers you've seen from larger capital ships from the Yuzon Vong.
You want to turn on that stuff now?
Jarvis, send those anti-air emplacements to our wrist pads, data pads, whatever, so that we have those on hand. Seeing that, I'm immediately going to cut off the scanner and immediately activate as well the stealth system.
Perfect. Give me a high check for the ship. I think with advantage. Let me check.
Should just be normal.
Oh, just normal. Yeah, so give me a high check for the ship.
Does anybody else want to do it?
Yeah.
I would just be asking Jarvis. Jarvis, activate our stealth system. Let's test this puppy out.
Stealth system activated. Who wants to give it a roll? Who's feeling lucky? You guys are really lucky today.
Hey, I'll take it.
Yeah, so you all activate the stealth system. With your stealth system, you guys are still visible, but you feel you're completely off of the radar. And with Geert using his piloting, kind of maneuvering through the debris as you guys approach the planet, you're fairly confident that you're not really bringing too much attention to the Novacana of the ship. You've got a pretty good trajectory in there to be able to make through atmosphere and kind of get toward the ground without drawing the alarm or really sounding too much any distress signals as you're going in.
From the moment we saw the anti-air guns to even seeing those ships growing, Caesar's had a very big and sincere smile plastered on his face. And if anyone's gotten to know him, this is likely due to the fact that he knows that he's going to both A, get to destroy a lot of this, and B, he's going to be taking a lot of this for himself and the crew.
With that in mind, Vars is going to realize that, yep, this is going to be interesting. He's going to activate his holo recorder because who knows what a recording of this might be worth.
Oh, yeah. Dr. Talis Dici will also activate his recorder. Well, as soon as we start coming off the air, the Novacana, I will power up.
Perfect. And I forgot to do this earlier. Dash, Caesar, Dash with advantage, Caesar regular, Romeo Lorchek for Captain Kerr.
Ooh.
Not someone Caesar's ever went up against.
Captain who?
Captain
You said
Kerr,
with advantage?
K-E-R. Yep, with advantage. Dash has been with the Republic for quite some time. So Caesar, he's not somebody you've interacted with much. You may have seen his name across a couple of reports, but not somebody that you've really gotten to know much of or really dealt with often. You, Dash, you know him. He's one of he's kind of the General Vet's kind of go-to research or kind of a recon captain. Whenever he needs somebody to get behind enemy lines or check on something, Captain Kerr, who General Vet sends to do his defending. Kerr is I don't know if Dash would like him, but he's a pretty straightforward. He's a Republic man through and through. He's dedicated to the cause, willing to give his life to protect the people. He's got a little bit of a dry sense of humor, but overall, he's a pretty talented recon captain, and his units, the Gamma unit, is pretty elite. They can get in and out, usually unnoticed. He's a type of guy that you'd like watching your back, even if he is a little bit overzealous about the Republic mission.
So since he's competent, and I think we would have probably in some of our operations maybe even gotten some briefings from him throughout the years, I would relay that back to especially Caesar and just let him know that the captain is a very good, competent, loyal officer and an asset to the Republic.
So looks like I'm going to have quite the journey and adventure on this planet. And if this one's comfortable, as you say, there's hope for this mission yet. Hope for this planet.
I mean, sure. I like the optimism.
So as we're coming in kind of to the planet, I would start going through the data on the data pad that we cat through for the emplacements, the anti-air emplacements, specifically looking for overlapping fire and just to see if there's a way of how many would we have to take out to create a hole in that so we could get off the planet without getting shot down.
Definitely. Give me an investigation check for that.
Oh, I'm gonna give him both the bonus action of. Wait, am I proficient in investigation? Yes, I am. So I'm gonna give him a bonus action, help action, as well as critical analysis. So you can choose that plus 4 for this.
Oh, nice. All right. So
Also, temp boost him as well.
Oh, nice.
Oh man. All right. So I got advantage and then a bunch of boosts.
Oh, that's rough. You got a bunch of boosts, though. A bunch of boosts.
Oh.
Listen, you can get that up to a possible 17.
Yeah.
What's our inspiration looking like?
Oh, you guys have 3. So you should see it in the where is it?
You have
group rules.
Yeah, my vote is to burn it if this is a vote. Yeah, go.
You're looking for things to blow up, right?
Yeah,
Go for it.
take
Yeah.
to see what's gonna go boom.
There we
yeah.
go.
There we go.
And then
Yeah,
I'm gonna have some bonuses on top, so it's
Yeah.
gonna be really high.
You
Okay.
can get that up to
what's that?
30 possibly.
A 1d4 and another 1d4 or 1d6?
No, just the plus 4.
Oh, plus 4. Okay, so 24, 28.
Nice. So you look through it, and you see that a lot of there's overall kind of spread throughout the planet multiple of these different anti-air like kind of overall just emplacements. The most of them look to be scattered around Saijo City. It looks like they're kind of there as like both a holding action to make sure nothing gets up from the planet, but also make sure that it looks like they could be kind of keeping people going from down from the planet too. But as I said, they've noticed you guys so far. You do see kind of to give yourself a good exit vector. You need to destroy 3 of the emplacements, and you could be able to launch off from Saijo City, even with a slower, bigger, more noticeable craft than the Novacana, and have a pretty clear exit vector if you destroyed those 3 emplacements.
Yep. So I'd probably take that back to Talus and just kind of just let them know. Yep, parsing the data. It looks like this is their vulnerability, and then I'd mark three structures that we'd have to take out.
All right. Thank you for the information. And I'll also toss it towards Jarvis to make note of it and start making escape plans for when we get back, and we'll probably be coming in hot.
Oh, of course, sir. All right. Are you guys heading into the planet?
Did we find a good landing area?
Oh, with the probe or the scan, unfortunately, you guys did not see any active looking shipyards. You saw probably around Saijo City like, some hangars and things that used to exist, but have been bombarded, just wrecked beyond any hope of salvation or salvaging. But you did find a couple of areas where it looks like if you, especially with your stealth drive, you guys can get in and probably hide the ship without really anybody noticing too much.
Would we notice any ground vehicles nearby that might be operational or that we can probably check to see?
With a 22, so you guys, and this is kind of as you guys, with 22, you guys got a very good look at both the planet, especially Saijo City being the one few remaining structures and things still standing. You still see a lot of that zealot technology hate from the probably the invaders who've been here. Most of the things that look like they're visible, at least from a scan, look like they've been wrecked to Criff. So you don't see anything offhand, but that doesn't mean there's not anything on the planet that's still running. It just means that if it's still up running and inside Saijo City, it's probably hidden someplace.
No, we're hoofing it.
Yep, looks like we're on foot.
All right, let's do it to it. We need to make some rolls for some skillful flying.
Yeah, give me a piloting check as you guys bring it in through the atmosphere and try to keep that good high check going.
Do that through our character sheets, right? Not the ship.
Yeah, so you this will be a regular piloting check for you on this one.
Oh,
I'll assist him on that, so you can.
roll again.
Yes.
Better.
There we go.
There it is.
Much better.
Just a little rusty. Been a while. Been a week of drinking, you know.
I think I'm not gonna lie there, Garrett. I think that I should start doing the piloting.
I'm just
I'm just like
getting
I'm
used
just
to her.
like,
I'm getting used to her. It takes a while. Besides, no, it knows what it wants to do. It would have gotten us there. It's fine. If we crashed, we would have landed exactly where we wanted to. That's how good it is.
don't worry, a couple more modifications and we won't even need any of us to pilot it.
Oh, wow. Trying to phase me out? I know how it goes. He's just gonna grumble to himself.
Yeah. So my question earlier, if Jarvis could pilot, my next question is: there escape pods? It's like we don't even need to go to the
No.
planet.
There's no escape.
There's the airlock.
It's a
If,
long fall.
if the Nova Kana pops, then we all pop.
That's commitment right there.
But
Everybody going down with the
they'll
ship.
have to get through. They'll have to get through some pretty hefty shields, though. So she's strong, and she's fast. But I don't know why I'm calling it a she, because the ship is essentially a Jarvis.
That's really up to Jarvis, isn't it?
Wow. Yep. Yeah, it is.
It's what you get for bringing an artificial intelligence on side a ship.
You hear Jarvis in the background go, organics. And just kind of well, fortunately, Geert is able to get it together and maneuver the Nova Kana through the atmosphere, kind of moving in just delicately, keeping the stealth drive and kind of utilizing it for all it's worth as he kind of maneuvers through and making sure there's not much of a burn trail and just kind of going through gently, making their way to Saijo City. And as you guys kind of watch the scanners and probably still focused on the anti-air guns, it doesn't look like they've noticed you guys so far. They're not tracking you. They're not. You don't see any bolts of plasma coming your way. They still seem inert. But you are able to make your way into Saijo City. With that scan check, you do kind of find a couple of locations you guys can park the ship. You guys do see kind of on the outskirts of town what looks to be a little bit of like probably it was like a shopping mall or some type of structure before, but you do see it's pretty banged to hell now. And you think it's open air, and if you could kind of maneuver through some of the wreckage, you may be able to hide the ship beneath it. You also see a little bit more, and this can be that's some tricky piloting there. But you also see on the other side too a little bit more open air, kind of still scattered among the wreckage. But this one's not much power. It's be a little bit easier to spot by patrols, but something that you could kind of just insert the ship right into, easy piloting, but could get spotted. You also do see where the signal is coming from. That distress beacon. You do kind of see pings coming from there, and you could potentially reach out to them to see if there's a good spot to park. So you guys have those three options: reaching out to them, the shopping mall, or the open air location, to where you guys want to land the Novacana.
And we could ask, and they might have a better location, but we could also ask, and then they know where we are, and then we get shot.
They seem to have a pretty good understanding of our technology.
They do, which is troubling, considering that they smash it the first time they see it. I wonder if they just spent too much time on the HoloNet.
This
That'll
does
make
feel like a trap.
it does or doesn't.
They were pretty. It does feel like a trap because they were pretty merciless. In our previous encounter, they moved really fast.
So why?
This feels
so,
like bait.
so you're wondering why they left these people alive, or haven't thrown everything at them?
Yeah, why didn't they
Exactly.
just burn the whole city to their own?
Yeah,
That's what the expectation.
finding
Maybe
these people's
it must be a
motivation
mix of-
difficult.
It's likely a mix of competence from, well, Caesar struggles to remember the guy's name for a second. What's the guy's name?
Curvas.
Curvas, got it. It's likely a mix of competence from Curvas, as well as absolutely it's from communications going down. They knew the public or the minion would come here seeking an easy pick or to save their own people. So now they're going to slowly funnel them in and destroy them one by one. And we are going to stop them before that becomes an option for them.
I mean, not that it matters much, but they might just want to use these people as a workforce, do that weird coral crystal thing, and just, put them to work on what, I don't know, but it looks like they're like farming their own ships. Does that make sense? I mean, you guys saw what I saw, right?
Oddly,
Yeah.
that does make sense.
I mean, it could be the alcohol talking. I definitely saw something out in that field.
Yeah, like, it looked like they were just growing giant rocks. I mean, that from what we've seen, their rocks move.
That's in line. Yep.
Yeah.
They're very dangerous rocks. So,
Yeah.
well,
Yeah. We won't know until we know. I know it's risky. Does anybody disagree with reaching out to them to see if they can? Well, they know the lay of the land. We don't.
Yeah, it would be dash
Caesar would
recommendations. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Caesar. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Caesar would probably not be up for reaching out to them. In the case that would put both us and them more in danger if the Vong could track that in any way. And it might be better to go in blind rather than risk everything for a bit more comfortability and maneuverability.
All right. Garrett, you think you can do that mall? Land it in there and.
Tegan, that was the hard one, right?
That was the hard one. Yeah, so the
The
mall,
mall was the difficult one.
it looks like it's pretty well hidden if you can fit in there, but it's going to be a little bit of a tight piloting fit.
Oh, hell yeah.
All
Got
right.
that, no problem.
All right.
I'm gonna ask.
says it with a lot of
I'm gonna
confidence,
ask
but-
if I can do it this time. If I can put my hands to the Novacana and you assist me this time.
All right, it comes a point in an old man's life he's got to pass on what he knows, right? It's okay.
Yep.
All right.
This might be the
Got it.
moment.
You got it, young buck. Have at it. He'll swap seats with him.
All right, yeah. Talus takes the sticks. He is able to maneuver through the kind of the wreckage of what looks to be the Saijo Mall, maneuvering through the ruined cityscape, and gently bringing the Novacana to a halt, using kind of the natural cover provided with what remains of the mall to keep it from prying eyes, patrols, and even flybys. It'll be pretty difficult to see where the Novacana has landed.
Wow. Smoother
That's
than
that's
spiders.
definitely making up for my takeoff at the very beginning of the first session.
I think you're a little less nervous now. I think that could be it.
About
Or
how
it's
far
the
are we
drugs.
from?
It's probably the drugs.
It's the drug.
About how far are we from? Like, do we have their last like signal location?
Oh
For that
yeah,
shield.
you guys were able to get the signal location from where they're kind of sending that repeated ping out. You guys with this small location is a little bit more difficult, but it is a little bit closer to that signal. You guys are only about probably a couple miles away.
Well,
Well, regular comms, would they be able to reach them at this point?
Oh, at this point, regular comms would be able to reach them.
So maybe should we move out a little bit, get a vantage point, see what we can see, and then
Yeah.
coast looks clear, then contact them?
I'm
I try to
loving
get
that
as
plan.
close as we can. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, last thing
Well-
we want is for them to fire on us, thinking we're, whatever's attacking them, probably the Vong. Right?
Well, I think as long as we don't look like whatever those things are, we'll be fine.
Mhm.
Enemy of my
Caesar's
enemy,
gonna-
that whole thing.
Mhm.
Sorry.
Right now we have the advantage because we're all blind. But once that's not true anymore, then they have more resources on this planet than us. So
Good point.
I mean, maybe. We actually don't know what they have on planet.
that's true.
We know that they ruined it, but they could have taken their forces and moved on, if we're lucky. But I guess we'll find out how lucky we are soon. Well,
Either way, be prepared.
oh yeah.
With that, Garrett's going to kind of wave his hand and activate Armor of Abeloth. Just kind of do a swirling motion around his head. Like, in case you're wondering what I'm doing, it's just a pre-combat ritual. Pay no mind.
I mean, it looked like, forced stuff. Vars
You'll
is
know.
gonna-
You'll know if you punch me.
He'll stare at Geared up and down and be like, somehow I don't think I want to test that.
You do not.
No, I do not. He's gonna activate his little medium-sized shield that he now has on his left arm. Look down on it, turn it off. Like, all right, well, no time like the present for a combat test. Everybody else ready?
Keegan, at the mention of friendly fire, Caesar kind of looks off into the distance and tries to think to himself, he's been at the Republic for a while, but this place is kind of out in the middle of nowhere. Would they know Caesar changed sides?
So your confident Captain Kerr would know because he was part of General Vet's kind of retinue beforehand. But the average public guard and kind of colony stationed troop may not know out in the sticks.
About the butcher of the room being with the. So he's going to quickly relay that. I can't think of a comedic way to give the exact line, but basically, yeah, it's like might be a good idea to be a little wary.
I mean,
They may not know.
does Caesar voice his concerns aloud?
Oh, absolutely. He doesn't seem worried of his own safety, but he is a little worried that they'll think that you guys might be with him, thinking he's with the meat.
Vars is going to kind of just like gesture to himself and be like, I'm sure I'm not a friendly face. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
It's actually funny. So Dash would have started laughing and just pointing at Vars and been like, "They'll shoot him first. Don't worry, Commander."
yeah.
And if any of these people owned a cantina in this life or a prior one, they'll probably shoot me too.
Yeah.
We're all
Really,
right.
see that we are on
I-
the same level.
I mean-
they will kind of giggle.
We're gonna be so happy to see people who look like them. You know, they're not gonna shoot us.
Or
Even a
maybe we'll-
Gungan is gonna look friendly to them, no matter what that Gungan's done. Especially when the other people are. Do we have any notice of like troops? Like what kind of troops have been sent at them? Was that in the distress? Like was it the what are they, the Chazrak or whatever, or was it the Vong themselves?
So they haven't mentioned what troops. They
Okay.
did mention that they've been like kind of forays of troops sent at their position, but haven't tried to overwhelm them yet. Kind of
Like
poking at their
probing.
defenses. Yeah.
Well, with that, what I was going to say, I mean, if you're really that worried, we're in a shopping mall. You might find a hat.
Yeah.
You know,
Put a
the
top
idea
hat
of
on.
a hat
I'll never know it's
actually
you.
kind of saves this concern.
Right. Roll me an investigation check. With disadvantage, to see if you can find a hat in the ruins of this mall.
It's possible.
You find a
Oh, wow.
little baseball cap. It looks like it's partly burnt. Like you see kind of like singes on it. Like the visor, it looks like one of the visor hats because like the top part of it's been burnt off a little bit. But you do find it.
There. See? All right.
He's going to put it on the amphithet.
Oh, I forgot you've got that thing. That might not look.
Yeah,
too
that's
good.
awesome. Going to bring up some concerns. It's like,
You know,
you're not with them. Explain that.
You put googly eyes on it. I think they'll think it's probably friendly.
Be fine. Be fine.
Be all right. While we're walking, is there like a weapon shop by any chance, or is this more just a domestic kind of?
This is more kind of like a shopping mall. So you saw kind of ruined hat stores, more like foodstuffs, glasses huts, like a galactic shopping mall.
We got a
Random hollow vids.
stuffs. Foodstuffs. They have like a box of rations we could snag.
Roll an investigation check, see if there's anything around that's still standing.
We might need to be feeding a whole bunch of people.
I love how it went from, all right, guys, let's go be heroes to let's loot this mall.
Let's loot them all.
Let's go.
This is serving a purpose, though. It's for later. I'm just being preemptive.
No, man. Susan grabbed the hat.
We can have drunk munchies or feeding a whole bunch
Yeah.
of refugees. We don't know.
Might just have to find a collectible. I've never been on this planet before. It's a little collection, you know.
Travel mug.
My shot glass
Shot
collection.
So as Geert looks through some of the ruined stores in the mall, he does find the Intergalactic Pretzel Emporium's box of pretzels, which is a good for rations for a good week for one person.
That's a lot of pretzels.
Woohoo! You will be thanking me later when you're eating sawdust wafer chips.
As
Pretzel.
as we're walking, are there any similar types of things, such as technology being gathered and put into a pile and made into some sort of podium? Are there any similar types of maybe weapons or some blood or anything that I would recognize as well, maybe from the Vong or any other, I forget the reptilian species that we fought. Any of them that might be around.
Definitely. So no roll necessary on this. You don't see any of like kind of the priors or kind of the monuments made of the technology, the broken kind of destroyed technology, but you do see just mutilated tech kind of across as you guys are moving through the mall and looking through the different kind of stores over there. You see just it looks like any of the tech have just been beaten to hell. You even do see kind of splatters of blood across the tech, looking like something's kind of fervently broken it and just kind of made sure it was inoperable after its use. It definitely kind of looks similar to what you've seen so far from the invaders. But yeah, definitely it doesn't look like there's the same reverence, not reverence, but almost it doesn't seem like the same fanatical devotion to kind of make a monument out of the desecration as you saw on Vela, but definitely that same hatred towards technology.
All right. Well, I guess we just gotta keep our guard up and get going.
Yeah, let's double time it to, or whatever you soldiers do to get to this this group of people that need our help, right?
All right. Off we go.
Keep your eyes peeled. You have no idea what sort of things we're gonna find. Might be more of those things. I'll point to Caesar's arm. Or there might be, I don't know. You saw those beetle things. Who knows what they've got?
Oh, I don't want to think about that damn beetle.
Or the rocks.
Dude,
You
that
saw
would be
those
another
rocks
good
they're
check.
throwing.
While we're walking, are there any tremors? Do we feel any light tremors at all?
Ooh.
So luckily, no tremors either. It feels pretty stable. You don't feel any rocking. You don't feel any movement from the planet. It seems pretty low key so far.
Okay. Well, before we get too far out of range, as we keep walking, I'm just gonna let Jarvis know we'll be back. Keep the ship prepped. Keep the stealth device on, and if you run into trouble, you know how to use the weapons.
Of course, sir. I have no problem burning the mechanics down or organics down now that you've upgraded my systems. You guys bleed so easily.
That thing's gonna
That's the
start
start.
to worry me.
Oh man.
I do like his style
I'll
though.
look into that when I get back, guys. Don't worry.
Yeah. So does Jarvis recognize the rest of us as friendly, or
Who knows?
I guess we'll find out later.
We have yet to be assigned a 0 or a 1. We will find out. And when he does, we'll know. As we're making our way, Garrett wants to try to look for like if there's been signs of skirmishes, that sort of thing, and try to find mostly looking for like a longer range, like sniper rifle, something like that. See if we can find it. I mean, it's probably huge. like a very, very, very low chance of finding something like that, but he wants to keep his eyes peeled for some sort of weapon that hasn't been rounded up and destroyed.
Roll a perception check. Sniper rifle will be near impossible.
Okay. Perception?
Mm-hmm. Just gotta see some signs of skirmish.
No.
Yeah, so you do see blood, you do see blaster birds, you do see what looks to be kind of large impacts along the walls that look like something heavy and fast collided with it. But yeah, you don't see any kind of actively working weapons. You do see kind of a couple looks like Republic issued blaster rifles that have been smashed to hell. But yeah, there's nothing that looks like it's still working, but definitely signs of skirmishes, and this has been kind of a frequent battleground, you would think.
Okay. Any of these look fresh? Like fresher than others?
Nothing looks fresh for about the last week or so.
Okay. All right. Well, he'll just keep his eyes peeled. He's mostly just looking for one of those if he can get it for free, but otherwise, just making his way down there.
Have we seen any Vong as of so far?
So far, you haven't come across any or noticed even any hostiles or hostile recent tracks.
That's concerning.
What's our marching order look like? What do we?
That's a good question.
I'll take lead.
Okay.
And if anybody says that it's too quiet, I'm gonna lose it.
It's quiet. Too quiet.
Damn it!
Be careful. That's a problem.
Right?
I guess Garrett he'll probably, if not take the back, he'll kind of hang back a little bit, just like subconsciously.
Yeah, I guess I'll go behind bars.
All right.
Caesar's gonna be standing next to Gert this time around. He's been next to everyone else. He gets to be next to Gert during the marching order.
Okay. considering that this is a city that's been hit, not demolished, but hit pretty hard. So I'm guessing we're looking at like essentially a war zone, right?
It definitely looks like a war zone.
So I imagine there's like a lot of dust that's like free and settled.
Hmm.
As we're walking, do we see any like patterns on the roads of like movement for like troops or stuff like that? Like, essentially like you would find like a nature trail just in building dust. Does that make sense?
Yeah, definitely. Roll me a survival check.
Hey,
Nice.
all right.
As you look through it, and kind of as you kind of move closer to the signal, for a lot of times you don't like, especially if kind of that first kind of mile or two away from the Novacana, you don't see anything that looks fresh. But as you get closer towards where that signal originated from, you do see kind of like what looks to be kind of like large disbursements of dust. And with a 21, you kind of guess that it looks like probably what their ships look like coming down. Kind of looks like gravity repulsors or whatever they're using to push themselves down. It looks like kind of scatters some of the dust. And as you get closer, you do start to see kind of footprints, both kind of large and heavy and smaller. And with a 21, too, you'd probably guess the smaller ones look closer to those Chazrak, those lizards you encountered underneath the mines of Vela. But you just do start to see more of those kind of following a route where it looks like they're heading forward for a while and then looking for different underground access points, like different subway tunnels or manhole color covers, and making their way beneath the ground towards the signal.
Vars,
Yeah,
you're taking lead, right?
that's right.
Okay. Since we're close to the signal's origin at the moment, and it looks like we're actually seeing some tracks now.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and cast shared shielding on you. I'll link it so that you can read it, but that'll be on you, and that lasts 1 hour, not concentration.
Oh, hooray.
Nice.
Nice.
Hell yeah. All right. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, that last part of the first paragraph, not so good.
That's
Good,
good, bad.
Oh, damn.
Wait.
Don't worry, I have a couple of oh shit buttons, so we'll be okay.
Oh, here's something we don't got to press them. But Vars is going to point out what he gleaned from his survival check, that it looks like whatever they were going to drop off, they dropped off. And the remains of this city is likely filled with the enemy. We just don't know where they are. But onward we go.
Do we want to try to reach out now or keep going?
Keep going.
Okay.
If we're putting it to a vote, I'm going to say get in contact.
Well, how close are we?
So you guys are probably about a mile and a half right now, kind of above ground, and you need to go sort of underground towards the source.
Okay, and we're about how far from where we came from?
About 2 miles or so.
About 2 miles.
Oh,
Well, we'd be far enough out that they wouldn't necessarily track it.
All
I
right.
actually have something that's useful. Is there any way I can get up and get a little bit of height?
Oh,
a
yeah.
little bit of elevation.
There's ruined buildings and kind of different city emplacements that have been kind of burnt and broken. You can definitely climb up on something. It may not always be most stable, but you can definitely climb.
Yeah, I'm just going to try to get a little elevation. I want to be safe about it, so nothing crazy. But I actually purchased macro binoculars, essentially just binoculars, that will allow me to see out a little ways. And I'm just going to try to see if I can see anything closer. So I just need a clear line of sight.
Go ahead, Vars.
I was going to say, I mean, if you want to get some height, he's going to gesture to his wrist, and he's going to show that he got I've got a grappling hook. Like, you can fire it. You can get about 50, 60 feet up, if that would help.
I could walk that high up walls. That's all you need. Although that would be me doing it, not you. But
He's gonna stare like,
you don't want to take the risk. I mean, if I fall off, he'll pat his butt. I've got a repulsor pack ready to go.
oh,
But up to you. 30's good. 30's good, right?
Yeah.
How tall are the buildings?
So the buildings go quite up a ways. If you depending on how far you want to go up, it's not like when you see kind of the remains of a city. It's not like a major city. It looks like kind of a good sized colony town. But they do have some high buildings, like 200 feet up. Looking pretty rough though. So you can definitely
Oh,
easily
no,
get pretty 30 or 50 feet up
You
if you
go
wanted
right.
to.
You go right ahead and do it, Dash. That's all you.
Yeah,
That's all
just I just get on top of if I see a sturdy building, I'll actually take the grappling hook and just try to get 30, 50 feet up. That's perfect. Just to try to get a little bit of elevation and just see if I can just take a look around and see if I spot anything or any patrols around or
Perfect. Roll a perception check with advantage too.
all right. This is where the weakness of my strategy comes into.
Hey,
That's a
That
nat
was a
20.
crit.
That's a 19 in real life. That's a 19. So you bring out those the macro binoculars. And Dash is usually used for recon, but you figure it out. You take a look around the area, and you see some what looks kind of like the Chazrax and lizards kind of slipping beneath the ground, kind of going in one of the subway entrances, kind of what's it called, the train entrances, and you see them kind of going there, hustling beneath the ground. Kind of their coffee is raised, their blades raised, looking like they're preparing to go into battle. You see them kind of maneuvering down there, and they're probably about a half mile away from you so far.
So I'll lay that back, and I'll just say that if you wanted to,
Hey, who's got comms?
I do. I can raise them.
All right.
It's who's the guy retiring? Captain Kerr.
Captain Kerr.
Captain Kerr. Kirk without the K. Got it.
Kerr.
It was hailing Captain Kerr. Captain Kerr, you there? Over.
So you see kind of hear a break, static for a moment, and then you hear the same voice you heard over the hollow transmitter, the recording earlier. You hear it a little bit more panicked in the background. You hear blaster fire, explosions, slashes, and you hear Kerr go, "Yes, this is Captain Kerr. Who the crap is this?" It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We need help. We got civilians down here. They're pushing again. The southeast wall's gone down. I'm not sure if I can hold them.
All right. We read you. Where can we do the most good?
If you can make your way to the southeast quadrant, you kind of see coordinates popping up on your comm. Our fence went down there. They're pushing in. I can't spare any troopers. My troopers are spread too thin. I can't make it that way. If you can go in there, just deal with it. I don't care who you are. Just come out. If you could be the Griffin Dominion. If you come down there and kill these guys and defend our civilians, I'll salute you. If you know what I mean.
All right. Well, funny you should mention that. Don't shoot the Gungan when we come help you. I'll explain it when we get there. But
she's just gonna look to Garrett and gun.
the Butcher of the Rim says hi.
Is that really how you want to introduce? All right, whatever.
Oh, we doing introductions or are we going to
No,
go save
yeah, let's go.
civilians? Let's do this.
Either way, we're on our way.
Yep.
I don't care if you're Darth Dominus from Griffin self. You come down here, you're fine by me.
All right.
And you hear kind of like an explosion go, crack Griffin, over and out. And he cuts off.
All right. Well, shall we?
yeah. Can I pinpoint what area he talked about? See if I can get it and maybe a little bit of visual of that area.
Definitely. So so it is below ground, but you do kind of pinpoint kind of a good sewer access point that should get you right near those coordinates he was talking about.
Okay, I'll relay that back. And did I see any changes in the behavior of the ones that I had spotted?
So no changes because you saw kind of what looked like a unit of them moving in, just kind of maneuvering, kind of the same way those Chazrax have moved before, just kind of like mindless, almost like robot droid-like movements, kind of maneuvering down into the tunnels, just going row after row in there. But you did see them kind of eventually all go within the tunnels, and you haven't seen any other ships or any other Chazrax or Yuzon Vong Warriors around the area so far.
Okay. So I'll climb back down, give the grappling hook back to Vars. I'll relay the sewer entrance, and I'll just say I think that we're in the clear. I do not think that they picked up on our comms.
Good. Let's get going. Oof.
Double time. And I definitely think we should pick up pace if they're not holding on to all that well.
Nope. Yeah. I'm ready. Let's go.
Yeah.
Is there a way to double time it without hurting us?
So there definitely is a way to double time it. You can definitely make an athletics check, and you can get there half the time, but that is going to risk an exhaustion on a failure. DC 14.
Oh,
This will be a group check, though. So this is unless you guys want to split the party.
I mean,
Normally I'm fully up for split apart now.
Geert has wall run, which actually would let him do it, but not the rest of you. So I have advantage on dex and athletics checks
Oh.
if I use that to move. But yeah,
I think we're we're so half a mile away, so I don't know, 3 or 4 minutes.
get there when we get there. We gotta cut down on the amount of people we have to take back anyway. So. Say that out of character, not in character.
Can I just roll a d20 to see what my luck's like? Because I've made like one roll today and it's been an that one.
Oh yeah, for sure. If you want to just roll it just to see what it would have been if you guys did the athletics, feel free.
I'm glad we didn't do it.
Oh, that's not good.
Oh.
I'm all up for that one. It's not one to give me exhaustion. That's the side.
I just rolled a crit, so there's a fail coming from me soon.
Still, I love that. I love like minus crits for some reason. That's my favorite thing
Don't worry.
to see.
I've got you guys. Okay. Doctor is in.
So
Let's do this.
we hurrying, but not exhausting ourselves. Hurrying.
You guys are
Right.
hustling, but not like
Yeah.
kind of do power walking towards the area. But yeah, you guys make your way through. You move through the ruins of Saijo City, eventually reaching that sewer grate and maneuvering beneath the streets of the city, making your way to the underground. And as you guys get closer to the signal, and initially you're kind of in just this rough, muddy sewer water, kind of maneuvering through, but eventually you do make your way to kind of a large clearing underneath the ground. You guys see kind of the southern portion of this encampment. You see what looks to be kind of a hastily crafted kind of a metal link fence constructed around this settlement. You see tents and just kind of what looks to be like a refugee settlement where usually the kind of like a station or the trains would be located at beneath the subway trains beneath the city of Saijo. But you do see kind of smoke coming from the encampment, and you see it looks like kind of that southeast border where they mentioned those coordinates. It looks like that fence had been kind of looks like kind of hastily chopped down, like looks like it's been hacked down by blades and just cut through. And you do see where it looks to be a large hole big enough to fit troops through in the kind of the perimeter of Captain Kerr's refugee camp.
Well, I'm moving in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone up for tactical initiative?
Yeah, sure, why not?
How are we going to approach this thing?
Fast and hard. Now it's not really the time for stealth. We already got
Yeah.
them in terms of flanking. We're coming up right behind. So yeah, that should be good.
Okay.
I'm sure they got things in front of them. They're probably not paying attention anyways.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Tactical initiative. Let's do it.
All right, so we got Geert, Dash, and Caesar on the tactical initiative. Anybody else joining on?
Oh hell yeah, let's do it.
Oh, we're doing a whole squad tactical initiative?
Full squad tactical
All right.
initiative.
How does it work again? We all roll and take the low, or is
Exactly.
it average?
We all
Yeah.
take out of all of us, we take the lowest of the row.
Perfect.
All right.
So you guys maneuver through. Hold on the initiatives, and you're on, I think, on GM, yeah. So hold off on the initiatives so far, but you guys maneuver through the hole in the encampment's fence. You see rows and rows of tents. You hear screaming, the sounds of kind of just blasters in the distance, slashing and hacking. And as you maneuver through, you do see 3 rows of tents in particular, and you see somewhat a familiar sight. You see 3 of the Chazrak grunts they've come across before, kind of maneuvering, sniffing through the tents. But behind them, you see 3 of the Yuzon Vong Warriors. And everybody, give me an insight check. Actually, everybody that's proficient in insight, give me an insight check.
I am expertise in that.
So you wouldn't have time for a temporary boost, Talus, but you will with the 15. Be good enough to see on that side. You take a look at these kind of the Vong Warriors. They look pretty reminiscent of Carvas. They've got the same armor style. They've got the amphistaffs in their arms. But you take a look at their faces. You take a look at kind of their body as a whole, the bits of skin showing beneath their armor and their face. They're scarred, they're tattooed up, kind of similar to Carvas, but they're much less. Like they don't seem to have as many broken bones, they don't seem to have as many scars, far less of the ritualistic tattoos. And with the 15 too, you see they're they're not moving as near as confident as you've seen Carvas move. They kind of have a little bit more not jittery, but a little bit more less sure of themselves as they're kind of maneuvering through the tents with their amphistaffs raised.
I'm going to point this out to our fearless leader in front of us that I'm going to share damage with. These guys don't they don't really look like Carvas did, and they look a little unsure of themselves. Maybe we can take them by surprise if we hit them now.
Hell yeah.
But I'm not a tactician, so you tell me what to do.
I mean, everybody else up for lining these people up?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's do it.
Caesar's super up for it.
All right.
So these guys being a bit less confident in themselves, do they look immune to a certain condition, to a certain?
I'll give you a freebie. Yeah, they do look. They're less trained and seasoned, but unfortunately they are still Yuzon Vong warriors.
That
Garrett's
time
gonna-
to be invested to fear.
Sorry. Garrett's gonna tap his wrist and be like, I got a surprise for these bastards. Especially since our last encounter. I got a rock of my own. And it's a wrist launcher with a frag missile already loaded. He's been waiting.
Nice.
Herd them together and I'll get a few of them with one rock.
Perfect. Are you guys going hard and fast, right?
Oh yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Sweet. So let's roll. So I'm going to throw you on the map and roll initiative, but then we'll go to a break real quick before we go. So you guys will be coming in the top section of this map over here. And you guys see kind of the rows and rows of tents. You see the Chazraks kind of going through and sniffing. You also see that they're civilians, 5 civilians hiding beneath the tents, and they look to be hunted or kind of pursued by the Yuzon Vong forces. So roll initiatives, throw yourselves on the map. We'll go to a quick break after you guys are all on there.
Let's hope no one rolls on that one for this.
Yeah. Actually, if you roll my initiatives too, I might as well do it now.
Hey, that's pretty good so far. Low so far, 16.
Why would you say that?
Lowest so far, 16.
I think 11's the lowest,
11.
unfortunately.
Oh, someone
Yeah,
rolled
14. All right.
11. But all the same. Lowest still pretty good for tactical.
Yeah.
Not bad. 11's not bad.
Nope.
All right, you hear
Oh wait,
the.
I think I have something that can help too.
Oh, what do you got?
I thought I did this last time. Do I have something that can increase initiative score of someone? No, never mind. Never mind. I don't have anything like that.
Oh wait, I do. Critical analysis can be added to initiative, can't it? Since it's technically an ability check.
We good?
Could that bump us up to 15?
Unfortunately, you wouldn't know who was going to have the low one for it.
Oh, that is true. That is true. And then-
And then we
I
got
just
an
rolled
even
again to get
lower
myself on the tracker.
Oh no. Oh.
I just rolled again to get myself on the tracker. That was all.
Oh, okay. I was like, no.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah,
So what's
I
our
rolled a
lowest?
11. Yeah.
Okay, so we're all at 11. I'll just
Oops,
change
everybody's at
mine before I
11.
forget.
Did I roll everybody? Nope, I've got the Chazrak Grunts. All right, so you guys see this scene ahead of you. You see one of the Yuzo Vogs. You guys come up hard and fast behind him, look back and grunt and kind of hiss out or bark out a language you've not heard before. And you see them turn, but you see some of them seem pretty focused on hunting down the civilians. So you see some of them kind of shift their stance, but some seem pretty set to the task. That's where we'll pick off. We come back for a break. It's 8:19 now. We'll come back at 8:26. So we'll be right back, guys.
All right. See you then.
All right, welcome back, everyone. So before we left, the party had gotten a distress signal from Captain Kerr and found the underground refugee camp that he'd set up and found them besieged by Yuzon Vong forces, including their warriors as well as their Chazrak grunts. But these guys, and Talos was able to get a look at them and realize they were not as kind of not as proficient, I'll say, as Carvas, or not as lethal as he appeared to be. They looked to be a little more kind of younger, a little less experienced. The crew decided to group up together, kind of all going in at the same time, hard and fast, and got in a position with them and saw they're going after the civilians kept in Captain Kerr's camp. The group had a decent group initiative, so the whole crew is going at 11. So they'll be able to get some damage going once their turn comes up. But I think actually looking through, the Vong got pretty well with theirs as well. So this guy, yeah, he's right in front. So you see him turn around, spinning his staff. You see the snake harden, but he is actually going to. He's going to take a look. Who would be the most intimidating? Oh, unfortunately, it's going to be Uvars. He is going to take a look at the forces arrayed around in front of him. Lingers on Dash for quite a bit, but sees the Mandalorian in front. You see him kind of bark out the guttural language and kind of lock eyes with Uvars. And he's going to reach inside kind of his to his belt, and you see him whip something at you. Give me a dexterity saving throw, DC 13.
You have a +1 to your saving throws, by the way.
Nice. Solid. you see this bug come whipping towards you. You see its wings kind of like just kind of not spinning, but kind of buzzing. And it looks real sharp. You see him hurl it towards you, but you're able to dodge aside, and you see it kind of hit into a wall and like cut clean into it before the cement finally stops it. And you see them kind of grunt and take a defensive stance and move a little bit closer to the crew. All right, the
Ken, I would like
Chaz.
to before you hop to that guy. He moved. I'm gonna shoot him.
He did, yes. Light him up.
All right. Yeah.
That'll hit.
Yeah.
Eh,
Nice.
throw a bug at me, will you?
Dang.
Some blaster bolt rocks into his chest. It seems like some of the impact is taken, but he looks clearly surprised that you were able to get a shot off him like that. All right, the Chaz Rex are up. Vars, roll me either a performance or intimidation check. Your choice.
0 or 0.
I might have something to give you to make this better.
How's that 4?
You do
How does
not.
that sit?
Okay. All right. So you see some of the Chazraks look up. The one closest to the Warriors seems intrigued. The other two do not. And they are going to proceed along and continue to hunt after the civilians. So you see this guy is going that way. This guy is going this way. And they are going to make attacks. And can this guy reach you? He can.
It can be assumed that if these guys even hit once, that these civilians are going to be dead, right?
Unfortunately, it does look like there's a strong chance. And actually, I'll give it to you guys straight up. So if they do an 8 or more, they're dead automatically. I'm using not civilian stats. What are they called? Villager stats from 5e. So they've got 4 HP. So
Okay.
if they hit an 8, they're done. So, but if they hit below an 8, there's a chance to bring it back. These are the grunts. So we're going to attack the bottom left-hand guy first. You see him kind of whip his coffee up and just kind of ruthlessly slash down on the poor. Unfortunately, that will hit. Sweet. So you see him cut into the civilian, sending him to the ground. You see a stream of blood fly out, but you do see breath still kind of eking out from the civilian's body. He is going to turn and move back 10 feet afterwards. The other guy, I think he used his full 30 to get there. He is going to make another slash at the civilian. That will hit 2. Nice. You see him cut down,
both line.
with breath still within him as he falls to the ground. Just a vicious-looking cut coming through him. And then the one that ran up on Vars, you see the lizard kind of just snarling and hissing, just mindlessly looking towards you, and you see him slash out twice with his blade. I think both. Oh, the second one will hit, I think, right? What's Vars' AC? 17? Yeah.
It matches up. Yeah.
Okay. So you see him slash into the first one, getting blocked for 5 kinetic damage.
Okay. And
Oh, yeah, and you have that, too, due to the shared shooting thing.
Yeah.
But you
So
also
2.
take 2 Dallas.
oh, that's right.
So, just a quick question on that. So, since he has resistance to the damage, he takes half of that, and then I take the same amount of damage, right?
Yeah, you take the same, I think.
Okay, just checking. Ooh, thank you for the temporary hit points earlier, by the way.
Yep.
All right. Which Vong is this? Yeah, he's gonna rock up on Dash. So you see him kind of running forward, his anther staff unfurling and kind of hardening into a spear as he moves. He's gonna slash out twice with his staff at Dash. So as you see him kind of come low and then whip it around to come high.
Ooh.
First one is misses. That second one whips it around and comes back to slash in, hitting you hard across the neck. This one is going to use the crit rules too, so that's going to be a. Did we do first or second dice for this campaign? I can't remember. Is it the second one? I think it is.
I mean, first one's
yes.
max, and then
Yeah. So first one, so 7 plus, what would that be? 7 plus 16. 23 damage on that one. You see him come in slashing hard, and just kind of gives you a cocky looking grin and goes, Vong Warrior. And it's real guttural basic.
Oof. So I'm going to try to dodge some of that. So I will try to parry it here. So I'll block 6.
Nice.
And so you said it was what, 16 plus 10?
No, 16 plus 7. So that'd be 23. So that'd be 17.
17. Okay.
And don't forget your temp HP from Caesar, too.
Nice. And that was 4.
Mhm.
So, okay, cool.
Only 13 damage.
Way better than it could have been.
Oof.
he could have hit you with a rock. Would have been way worse.
Yeah.
Oh, I am going to make a real big rock monster eventually.
Oh, that is such a good campaign idea too. It's just the rocks have been attacking us the whole time.
And it kind of fits the ball. That spoiler alert, that's coming.
I look forward to it.
All right. Oh, the soldier's up next. And yeah, that guy's right in the limelight. So he's going to run up. He's going to take a shot at Talus. He's got his buddy next to him, too. You see them kind of moving in concert as he arrives. You see him whip that coffee up high and just make 2 very precise slashes using his other soldier to aid him with tactics. That poor Talus.
I'm going to use my energy shield reaction.
Oh, perfect. What's that bump you? Yeah, bumps up 22.
That'll
So yeah, you're
bump me up
good.
to 22.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, you see that shield pop in and just both of those slashes that look kind of just precise, like they would have cut deep, pop off of them. And Talus emerges all right. And Vars, your real turn's up.
Okay. Well, I mean, we're all up, right?
We all go at the same time, right?
Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, you guys are all up. Yeah.
All right, I got something I'd like to do immediately.
What are you doing?
Cool. Getting these civilians out of here. At least the ones that are still up. Is there a place they can go like deeper into the encampment, or is this it?
Oh, no. So, yeah, this is just a very subsection of the encampment. To both the left and bottom, there are kind of like there's more encampment around, if that makes
Got
sense.
it. So, what Caesar can do is he has encouraging pace. So, he can choose up to 4 creatures and have them move 5 times the number he rolls on his superiority die. It will still provoke attacks of opportunities, but thankfully, the people who would have done so are already down. So, probably don't need to worry about that.
Perfect. Give it a go.
All right. So, is everyone all right with Caesar doing this first?
Getting them out of the way, yeah.
10 feet.
2 feet. All right. Actually, what does Caesar yell out as this goes down?
I should have thought of that. So these guys, they probably don't know Caesar is with the Republic, right?
That's it. So these they look like kind of average civilians. So for those who probably follow the war effort, yeah, they may know, but some may not know. Some may not know who you are at all. But yeah, it's kind of a little mystery for Caesar as he looks. These are definitely just kind of looks like colony civilians who are a little cut off from the holonet. So you're not sure exactly how much they may know or what they may know.
Either way, he'll play off of fear. Just I won't do it, but he'll just yell out, "Go, go!" Kind of pointing to one direction, pointing to another for the other. Just moving people around with his sheer terrifying presence. Uh, the being the butcher of the criminal. But this also allows me to target two of us as well if someone's willing to use their reaction.
Oh, does anybody need any movement?
Probably okay.
Yeah, I think I'm good.
Got it. Can I target myself with
Unfortunately not.
that? Dang. So yeah, that'll be his bonus action and his main action. What else can he do? He has Commander's Strike Greater, which is basically allows him to do Commander's Strike without needing to use a bonus action, just foregoing his attack actions. And he's going to use that for dash, just giving him a quick go ahead for just revving up that gun, or whatever else he's got up his sleeve.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, so I'll go ahead. Maybe. Actually, before you do that, can I just throw let me throw a grenade. I can hit a couple of them here. See kind of where they're at.
Yeah, you guys are
Yeah,
all on the same
so-
initiative, so go for it.
So I'm gonna probably target like right here. So it'll hit this guy, and this guy with grenades. So they'll have to make a save here. And
What type of grenade is that?
just a regular, well, just a frag for now.
Okay.
Nothing crazy here. Actually, let me see, is there anything cooler? So it'll be a DC 14, and it'll be 8 damage if they fail. And I think it's half damage on success.
Oops, he should not have an advantage, but either way, he failed. So the guy next to Vars like kind of dodges aside a little bit and takes half that damage. But both the Vong Warrior and the Chazrak Soldier take the Chazrak Soldier takes that full damage. You see the Vong's armor gives him a little bit of protection as that comes up from the full blast, but he definitely looks like he took a good brunt of it.
All right, and then I'll use the attack, and I'll just open with the chain gun on this guy down here.
Perfect.
And 19.
Nice.
And that'll be a DC 15.
And we because what's it called? The burst, not burst, rapid. Are you using burst or rapid?
Yeah.
It's not
rapid.
affected by close quarters, right? I think we talked about that.
No.
Yep, perfect. I couldn't remember for sure.
Yeah, I can't get advantage or disadvantage, so it's kind of.
Oof.
Oh wow. So he still takes, I think, my dex modifier, so he'll still take 5.
All right. That's it. So you see him kind of maneuver. Like, he got caught off guard by the explosion, but you see him twirling his staff and kind of using his armor to best kind of maneuver and dodge through the blows as the blaster fire comes raining down on him. All right. Anything else you're doing, Dash? Oh, actually, you still have another attack, actually, right?
I still have another attack.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone else wanted to jump in, or I'll just take another shot.
Well, no, you were gonna do something because Caesar was doing something that you were gonna ping off of or something. So
Yeah, I just wanted to get that grenade in before.
finish it up, man.
Yeah, so I'll just go ahead and try to see if we can take this guy out, focus him. So I'll take another shot at him.
All right.
With the chain gun. So nice, 21. So another DC save. 15.
He is
Oh.
quick today.
I know, he's like the Matrix out there.
Yeah.
So he'll take another 5 damage.
You see his armor protecting him a good bit of it, but he is definitely looking. He's a little bloodied now. He's kind of his armor is soaked up some damage, but he's looking a little worse for the wear after the explosions, the gunshots, and just blaster fire raining down on him.
Oh, and that's not the end of his bad day, because Caesar, with his movement, is going to get up and around the back of him, and we'll have the Amphistaff out as its whip form. Does the whip form have finesse, or is it purely strength?
So it is strength, but don't you have something from your not tactician? Yeah, tactical pursuit, or doesn't let you use it.
No. There is the the what's it called? The critical analysis, but that's only for finesse and ranged attacks.
Oh, okay.
So,
Yeah, we'll say for the whip form. So the spear form isn't finesse, but the whip form you can use finesse with it.
whew, that's a relief. But yeah, Caesar just getting behind him with the Amphistaff. How's he reacting to the Republic combo over here?
Oh, so the combo piece, he looked hurt, but he looked exhilarated. Seeing you whip out an amphistaff, you see. Actually, give me an insight check as you look around as you whip out an amphistaff.
No, I've been rolling so bad. There's a reason why I did all the things I could to not roll.
This is your time to shine, man, or not.
I have
It's easier-
expertise. I've
You got
rolled
an
a
8.
3, a 4, and that 1. And I think the highest I've actually rolled today was for initiative, which did not play. Dang, man.
That's ours. Everybody has bad dice nights. I don't know if anybody watched the Rogue Squadron game I ran, but that second session, like usually I have decent dice luck as a DM, but I could not roll to hit for anything. Like I was like missing. It made it look like super easy to counter, but just because I could not roll to hit for anything.
In true TIE fighter fashion.
Exactly, yeah, true Imperial fashion. Yeah, I'm just missing and just lighting up the background.
Anyway, it was just dedicated roleplay, man. That's all.
I kind of want to burn an inspiration, but at the same time,
with
this kind of
with a 12 and expertise, so you don't get to, because you're not able to see kind of the other reaction of the other Yuzon Vong Warriors, but you see him lit up, bloodied, a little tired, but he sees you whip out an amphistaff, and he looks pissed. You guys see him like his eyes narrow, clutches the staff harder, and he is focused on you.
Caesar's just smiling, just like,
Wait, so just to be clear, Caesar is running up to what looks like to face him in melee combat.
with only +1 to strength and no con.
Of course he is. Vars is gonna try firing off a shot with his blaster. Okay,
Which guy are you shooting at?
the same one that
Oh, that guy? Right.
Yep. That I see Caesar running up to because yes, let the frail Gungan get in the mix. Okay.
Oh, by the way, is this guy off the screen with that 10 movement?
Oh no, so he already moved. I moved everybody already.
Hmm.
Or the other. There should be a third. Did I put all 5 up? Is there a 5th?
I think you're missing a 5th one.
I'm missing a 5th one, so let me put that guy and move him too. I thought I put 5 out. That's weird. Let me put him out there real quick and move him too. But yeah, so the other 2 have already made their movements, and I will throw the 5th up there. Let me go to my laptop for that.
And
Yeah, so roll some attacks.
okay,
We're
so he's
doing
within
that
30
too.
feet. Oh yeah. All right. So he's gonna try to get him with the heavy blaster, firing without his proficiency bonus, so he can attack twice.
That'll
yeah,
hit.
That'll hit. Okay, I'm gonna go for the second. Well, let's see. So roll damage, and he's going to go for A trip attack. That's a big
Oh.
boy.
Oh,
Very low.
Yeah, that came real big. Yeah. Okay. That'll move him 10 feet over that way. And trip attack, DC 13. Let me get that going.
Never mind.
Oops, strength. Actually, never mind. Yeah. All
Yeah,
right.
never mind.
Sweet. So the damage still applies. The energy. Armor does look like it dissipates a bit of it, but he's looking rough. He is looking hurt. He's still got that like blood dripping around his mouth. Still smiling. Still looking excited, but he is definitely looking worse for the wear.
Well, let's see if he's excited for this. Round 2.
That'll hit.
That'll hit. All right. 7 oucharoonies hitting his way.
He is burning. He is looking like he's at the end of his rope. Armor burned, kind of singed, like barely on his feet, but he is still up, still clutching his staff. And you're burning the hell out of him, but he is glaring at Caesar.
Is there any chance to break this guy's morale? Any roll that can be made?
To break his morale, like
Or you could just break him.
It's about sending a message.
I'm gonna cast Tactical
Do you have a
Barrier on
reaction?
myself real quick.
Caesar still does have this reaction.
reacts. Let me see. Make an animal handling check.
I'm proficient. No!
So
Please have a situation, guys. I understand.
you guys have 2 left. Yeah, if you go to Bursa.
I am sad. The worst part is,
The
like,
question
at the
is-
beginning of this, I said,
Oh,
like,
sorry.
I'll make it my goal for the nat 1s, 3s, and 4s only.
Question is, do you want to spend it on this low roll or the next low roll? Think about it. We only have one. We only have one more left to spend.
I do
Use
feel
it
like roll
wisely.
20 picks on people at a certain time.
I would like to spend it on this. Whatever happens next,
I don't have a
it
problem with it.
happens. Especially if it's the Caesar. We good with burning and smoke for the joke.
All
Any
right.
object?
Let her ride, man. Let's
Go for it.
let's see that. All right.
there you go.
Better.
If Tegan says unfortunately, I'm gonna lose it.
I don't have anything to add extra unless I can target myself with by like critical analysis, but I would have had to do that before. And I think it specifically states you can't.
You see the Vong Warrior. He hesitates a little bit. He's holding his amphistaff, but he's looking. He looks confused. He looks a little bit distracted as all this is going through because he looks at the amphistaff. He looks at you, the amphistaff. He looks at you, and he looks like he's. Caesar, give me actually another insight check as he looks at you. He's looking at your temple really hard.
None.
There we go. You see him looking at your temple. He looks very confused, but he's staring at your temple. He's looking at expecting like you see his eyes. He's looking like he's expecting a ridge or something on your temple to kind of give away something. Like you expect like he's looking for like a. It looks almost like he's looking for a button by your temple. Like he expects to see something as he sees the amphistaff unfurl and kind of hiss at him. Like you see him kind of almost like begin to speak in his language, like he expects you to respond.
Would it be a symbol that this guy would know Galactic Basic or no?
He's the one that did speak in very broken basic before and said Vong. Actually, no, the other guy was the one that said Vong Warrior and very broken basic. But You could try to say something to him, basic, but yeah, it's not a guarantee they may know it.
He'll he'll simply say, "Joy or die."
You see him kind of actually it's not his turn. He can't really say much, but you kind of see him look at you, and the confusion deepens as you speak.
He has to at least know what die means, right?
Yeah, you see him kind of staring at your temple. Because like he's really looking for something around like the edge of your face. He's very confused right now.
Can Caesar just give him the look of like you're not going to find it?
He's still he's staring at between you, the amphistaff, and your temple. Like his eyes are kind of roving between there. He's definitely a little shaken, and he's going to actually have a minus D4 to his rolls as he's confused of what's going on.
Yes. Sorry for taking up so much time. Tell us. You go.
Dallas, did you want to finish
Oh.
your turn, or do you want me to? I was gonna probably just attack the guy in front of you, and then if he goes
I'm-
down, go to assist Dash.
Vars, myself, Garrett's, and Dash are gonna get temp HP, and then all right, you can just go
No,
while I roll that.
give it to someone else. I've got a thing up that'll take away mine. I think. I have
It reaches
armor.
everybody.
So how does that affect my armor of Abeloth then?
It wouldn't replenish it, so you just have to use your whatever you have. Actually, I think you're still 4 HP for or what? How much do you have for your armor?
Well,
armor of
it
Abeloth?
does. You don't add it, right? You just replace it with the new value. Because I had 4, and then armor of Abeloth gives 5, so I just made it 5.
Yeah, so you made it 5. Yeah, you're good.
Okay. But then if I get another thing that gives temp HP,
Do you take the
What do I-
greater?
what do I have to do then?
It doesn't replace it, unfortunately. So you'd still have like if you wanted the armor of Abeloth features, you'd still have to keep that whatever was remaining of the 5.
Okay. So I'll just keep that one, and I don't have to worry about the other. Okay. Just making sure.
Okay, well, in that case, I'll just give the other 3 of us temp HP. And I'm also going to add my potent aptitude onto that as well. I linked the wrong one. That's a lot. Sorry.
No worries.
That was the one I was supposed to link. Biochemist Touch. So where is it? There it is. Invigorating Mix. There we go. So the 3 of us will get 11 temporary hit points.
Nice.
I chose poorly.
And I'm also at 19 AC, concentrating on tactical barrier for myself.
Perfect. Garrett, I think you're the last one left.
Oh, was that all of ours' turn? Oh, right. We're not level 5. We don't get 2 attacks.
No.
So seeing these little lizard things run up to us, looking a little boxed in, Garrett's gonna instinctively pull out the double blade, the non-lightsaber one, and pop that out and make one swing at the Chazrak. That one.
And I do appreciate you saying non-lightsaber because I hear double blade and I know
I
they're
think-
double-bladed
yeah.
swords, but I
It's
assumed
it's the
lightsaber
name.
is-
It's very confusing, and I realized like, oh, that's probably what tripped everybody up the first time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
For 21.
That'll hit.
Bam bam. For 4 damage, and I'll spend Force Point and add a D4 on top of that.
Perfect. Oh, and
Sure.
speaking of that, have you seen the new rules? So we're not playing for today, but for next time, have you seen the new rules for the Force Enhanced stuff for Sentinels?
No.
It's all actually pretty good for you. So nice thing is, so double strike works as normal,
Mhm.
but for parry and the movement one, you actually don't have to do it on a hit. You can like do it as I think a free action. So
Nice.
Oh, okay.
Kind of opens you up a little bit more to be able to use it.
Just use those as your action instead of actually attacking. But if you attack, you can do either one if you want.
Yeah, so I should pull it up. Actually, I'll pull it
Yeah,
up
I'll
later.
have
But yeah,
I'll have to really dig into that and do you guys' podcast too. I just didn't have time before the session. So okay,
Yeah.
7 kinetic damage coming in.
perfect. You cut into him pretty deep. The soldier, he's still looking pretty spry, but he definitely felt that.
All right. Oh man, so he's still up. Damn. All right. Coming back around again. For a 23.
That'll hit.
And I'm going to do that for 7 kinetic damage, and then I'm going to spend another point. I can do it's each 1 per round, right? And only 1 per attack. I wanted to boost my AC with the.
Oh, yeah, you're good. I think you can do that. Yeah, so playing by the old rules, you can definitely do that. Yeah, you're good. So
All right, well, 16. Let's just hope they don't have any rocks, and it'll be good. Yeah, I don't really want to risk moving. We're kind of bunched up. I know they're gonna come swatting at us. So just wait for them.
All right, he's looking bloodied. He's looking hurt. He's at the end of his rope, and I think that's the whole crew. That's the other guy. He is gonna move up. Unfortunately, Varge, you're gonna get picked on again. Make another dexterity saving throw as you see this guy reach into his pocket and throw out another of those razor bugs.
+1 to your saves.
Yeah, +1 too.
Oof.
Oof. All right, that's gonna be a rough one.
I'm gonna hit roll Defiant.
Fine. Oh yeah. So hit a 4 and you're good. And you get a 4. Nice.
Hey,
man. Yeah. You see that razor bug heading right towards you, kind of maneuvering, but you're a Mandalorian. You've been in battlefields every day of your life. You easily dodge aside. You see it kind of scrape across your armor, but you're untouched as you get back to your feet.
Oof. That +1 coming in clutch. Thank goodness for the good doctor. I'm going to take this opportunity, since he moved within 30 feet of me, to fire off a shot and try to answer his bug with a blaster.
Perfect.
And that's fine. I'm okay with most of us missing. That is super cool.
Wait, these guys don't have great AC, do they? No, wait, this is our useless reaction. Never mind.
He did. Oh, it's the civilians' turns. All right. Who wants to roll a d20? There's 2 d20s to
I'll
roll.
do it.
All right, roll 1 d20, and then somebody else roll another d20.
I call the other one.
Oh, sweet.
Oh,
Grim
sorry, I
counts
just slammed down.
Oh, no, it's all good. It's all good.
I got
yeah.
antsy.
Both of you guys have got a success. For the people, you see them kind of bleeding, like kind of almost like coughing, but they're still going. They're looking pretty well for it all. And the other 3 guys who've already moved so far, so this guy's gonna move. He's gonna dodge and move 30 feet off the screen. The guy at the bottom of the thing. Oh, and I just realized I've not put my good tokens on here. So this guy, the guy at the bottom of the screen, is 30 feet off the screen. I've got to go switch my token thing for this game. The other guy is going to do the same thing. He's going to be 10 feet off the screen. And this guy over here is going to do the same thing, dodge and maneuver. And he's going to get to the very edge of the screen. All right, so top of the order, the Yuzhan Vong soldier that started this all off, bloodied, not frightened, but a bit disturbed, still kind of staring at Caesar and kind of really looking at that temple like he expects to see something, just very confused. And he is going to whip his amphistaff around and make 2 strikes, but he's going to have a D4 minus from each. Both will miss. He is just confused. You see him kind of striking, kind of using his usual stance. He is clearly out of it. Just his focus is split as he tries to figure out what's going on.
This whole time, Caesar is just trying to get underneath this man's skin, not to make him angry, but to just make him question things. You know, just make him nervous.
He's definitely he's really like Caesar. Like you can see, he's looking for something. He's confused. The Amphstaff has really thrown him off his game. Oh, the Chazrak grunts are up. All right. Unfortunately, this guy is going to go after the one that is still on the map, and he's going to make a slash out with his Kofi blade. Unfortunately, that'll hit. Still enough. He takes the guy, he kind of cuts into the guy, but still enough to keep him alive. You see him bleeding, kind of like almost coughing up blood, and just really worse for the wear, but unfortunately is still alive and still in the fight. All right, the other Chazrax. And this guy, unfortunately, he's going to join his buddy in picking on Caesar. This guy is going to run up, coffee flaring. He's going to make 2 strikes against Caesar. And he has an ally into 5 feet. So you see him just kind of maneuvering in, striking in between the Yuzon Vong Warriors blades. So 16 and a 24. What's Caesar's AC? Oh, 18. So you're good. So you get that second hit.
When those hit, that's probably gonna. Did Caesar get that temporary HP from earlier?
I think so. I think
the one Talus gave him.
I think Geert was the only one that didn't get it.
It went to Vars, myself, and Dash, and Geert declined.
I think he was too far off.
I don't have any temp HP. That's
you were a little off, I think, because my radius is or my total amount that it can reach, the diameter is 20 feet.
Dang. Dang.
I mean, unless I measured it wrong, Tegan, because I can like fire it from a center point, but like I don't think it would be able to reach everybody.
Unfortunately, it wouldn't make it to 20 feet to Caesar.
Yeah. Sadly not. It's all good though. It's only 6 damage. Caesar's still in it. He's still in it. Block him with the shield and the
It's surrounded by the Yuzon Vong and the Chazrak allies. Caesar makes his stand. The one by Dash, you see him kind of spinning his Amphstaff. He lashes out twice, looking to almost unseat you, kind of almost trip you up a little bit as he lashes out. So he lashes the first hit, and then comes back around for a quick second. Fortunately, these are unseasoned warriors. You're able to easily see those blows coming. You fought the Dominion, you fought Sith. You know how to dodge melee strikes, and you're able to easily maneuver around the Yuzon Vong's kind of attacks so far.
I'm going to be honest. When I saw that 8, I fully expected a repeat of last time with the
crit coming.
Yeah. I was like, no.
The miss is just a feint.
Yeah.
Never was an attack.
Alright, the Chazrak soldier. So he just got cut up by Geert. So you see him kind of like growl, his nostrils flare, and the blade kind of looking like coral on the hilt and metal on the top can lash out towards the not me to roll initiative. I have to roll Kofi with advantage against the against poor Geert. So both will hit. So the crit one first.
The crit one.
This is
He'll get I have that 5 temp HP, so he'll be taking I think it's 5 psychic damage for the hit.
Oh, perfect.
I just remembered something. How are we doing dismemberment again? I'm sorry to bring it
Oh,
up now.
yeah.
Apologize.
Yeah, I forgot we're doing
Oh
dismemberment.
yeah, I was
All
quick
right.
too.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
So both of you guys, I forgot about this before. So luckily you have the advantage on your side. Roll 2d20 with advantage. I'll roll 2d20 with disadvantage. The higher avoids the crit table. So Dash first.
Okay.
Nat 1, you should be good there. Geert second. Nat 1 again versus a 20. So don't roll a 1 and you're okay. Yeah.
Oh.
Wow. Yeah,
Okay.
that could have been rough for a lot of people. But yeah. So yeah, luckily you guys get those cuts and avoid any serious wounds coming from them. But that is 12 plus 12, 24 damage to you, Geert.
Jeez. Okay, so 24? Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
No, looking at this damage that's going off right now, I really should not be in melee.
Yeah. You're kind of in the grenade range too, just FYI.
Don't worry, he can say. See, Caesar's been in your explosions before. He knows what to do.
All right. Did I roll the second? Oh, I did not roll the second. And unfortunately, another 12 to Geert.
I thought I took the 24 from both of them, right?
Oh, the 24 was from the crit, unfortunately. Because the 12 plus 2d6 crit.
I'm down.
Oof. All right.
Crits are bad.
Yeah, I'm down.
Luckily, the party's turn is up with everybody going to that same tactical initiative. So what's the crew doing?
So let me go first because I have seen Geert go down. I know it's time to pull out all the stops. And I'm going to throw a stun grenade. So it's a 10-foot radius. So unfortunately, Caesar said he'll save, so it's fine. It's
Yeah,
going to
he
hit.
knows what to do here.
It's going to hit this guy, Caesar, and then the two next to him. So it'll be 5 targets.
Perfect.
And
stuns wisdom, right? Or constitution?
Constitution. So here, I'll just throw that up there. So
right.
DC 14 con save.
So the guy to the left first. He'll fail. Guy, the soldier, the guy at the yellow border, next, that just downed. He doesn't have an advantage, so this will be the first die. He'll succeed. The Yuzan Vong soldier, who's a little bit disturbed, so he minuses 1d4 to this. All right, so 1d4. He goes down with it too.
Nice.
And then the last grunt didn't have advantage, so first roll, he goes down as well.
Yep. Could Caesar have gone his turn before the grenade was thrown? Or no?
Oh, yeah.
Is it too late?
Roll me a d20 high, yes. Above 10, yes. Below 10, no. Unfortunately not. So make a constitution saving throw. Or have you already done that for Caesar? Oof.
This next roll.
Ooh.
Again, I'm just gonna throw this out there. Don't run out into melee.
Yeah,
Don't.
Caesar, he do the melee.
You're so squishy. You make gelatin look firm, man. Just don't.
That was a good one.
Oh wait, okay, that's up to them.
All right. So you guys see that grenade explode, beams of electricity running through. And you see that pretty much outside of the, I don't know, I should have marked him with the blue. Outside of the main Chazrak soldier, the other three get hit by the beams, are just stunned, rigid.
All right.
Right. I think I'm going to hold my attack here and let you guys go.
Talus, were you going to do something for our downed, unlucky, double blade wielding friend?
So since they are stunned, would that give them a disadvantage against? So stunned, they automatically fail strength and dex saves.
That's
I know,
right.
but they have disadvantage against other saves.
Their mental saves are mental and constitution are still the same, but they automatically fail strength and dexterity.
It also says
Okay.
on there that the creature is unconscious for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
If you attack them though, that wears off. Or if they're
Ah.
woken up by another creature.
Okay. Well, I should be able to position my explosive dispersal for hallucinogenics on them. I'll link that right
Boy.
now. So as an action, I'll be using this. And apparently there's no description. That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I will link this. Wow.
That's a lot of words.
So intelligence save. They attack each other.
All right. Does this do any damage to them? I'm sorry, we're kind of reading through it.
Nope, it doesn't do any damage. They just need to make the save, but then they will randomly choose from targets that they can see to make attacks. So whatever weapon that they're going to use or whatever attack that they're going to use, they randomly select the target. And then if any target within their range moves out of their area that would, give them an opportunity of attack, they have to take it. Or at least that's how I read it. And then as a bonus action,
Who's in the range of that? Is it just the Chazrax, or is it also the labs over here?
it's them. It's all four. So the two that are next to you and the two that are next to me. But I have a smart dispersal system, so it won't hit you.
Thank you.
And then I'm gonna bonus action Koto pack Geert and get him back up.
All right. How much is that?
That will be. How come I can't find? Oh, there we go. 8.
All right. Thank you.
Perfect. Let me get the last two guys here. My roll 20 is being a little funky with me.
So I rolled the death save. Is that still my turn? Like I just get healed and that's it?
Unfortunately, with the group initiatives, that will still be your turns when you get back up. But you,
I thought so, but I didn't know exactly. No, he's not getting up because we're going to get attacked if I get up.
Var still has his turn.
Has about what? Yeah, I do.
You still got.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of what I should try to do.
I still have one attack, but these guys are all pretty messed up now. So
It's just these two right here that we gotta really worry about. The rest, actually, no, this dude over here is still up. So there's 3 people still up. The rest are unconscious and currently stunned.
Well, for the sake of the good doctor, I'm going to try to take down the one that's right in front of him. I'm going to Again, fire off with that proficiency bonus so I can shoot twice. I already used Defiant, but I am going to use nothing. Never mind. Not with that one. Second shot. I'll take it.
Nice.
And why not? So that's 2 dice, right?
Do
Or is it?
Tegan?
Or is it the max, which would be 4, and +1, plus that, plus the 13? Is Tegan? I think we. Yeah. All right. No. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh, we lost him.
Oh.
All right. Oh, wait.
All right. Hanging out. Where did it go?
All right, my browser crashed on me.
Oh, welcome back.
There we go.
Okay. All right. So I don't know where it cut off for you, Tegan.
I forgot who was speaking, but somebody just started saying, "I'm going to do this," and it cut off on me. I think it wasn't Gear.
If that might have been me, because
Yeah,
Gear. Okay.
Oh, so you nat 20? Yeah.
Yeah. Hey. Against the Chazrock in yellow, the one that wasn't affected by anything.
All right.
And again, I was asking, since it's a crit, do I take the 4 from the dice for the goading attack and then add the one that I rolled?
Yep. So that'll be a 5 for you on that one.
5. Okay. And then 5 and 13.
Oh, so it'll be a 5 plus the 7, and then what
Oh,
would max be that? You've already maxed it, looks like, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did the math there. So it's 8 plus 1d8. So 13 plus 5, 18.
Perfect. That is enough. Finish him.
All right. I'm not going to be fancy about it. I'm sick and tired of you. Boom.
Tegan, I think we have. Well, that one's down. But did we do the other intelligence save for the third guy? I only see the 2.
Let me get him. Yeah, cut off right as I was doing that. So
DC 16.
he will fail.
Hell yeah.
Oops. So all of them are also hallucinating.
They're all stoned out of their minds.
All 3 of them? Or just
Stunned and hallucinating.
nice.
Party on.
Yeah. So I still got my attack left, and I guess seeing kind of the threats be neutralized, I'm going to turn around and take a pop shot at this guy. So it'll be my chain gun. So 23, it's a DC 15 save.
All right. He'll fail.
Nice.
Yeah, you see the blaster bolts kind of rain around him. His armor protects him from a good bit of it, but he definitely felt that blast. He's gets him stagger back a bit as kind of the blaster file surrounds him. All right, is that everybody?
I'm done.
I mean, yeah.
All right. So this guy is up. He is gonna race in, spinning his amphistaff, and you see him lash out, going from solid to kind of a more flexible state. And he kind of throws that whip out. It is going to make 2 strikes at Vars. And the dice are not with me today. You see those whips kind of coming out, but Vars, Mandalorian warrior all, brings up his new shield and kind of blocks both, and none of them even come close to penetrating that Mandalorian armor.
You know what I'm gonna do though, right?
Oh yeah, get some blast go.
Pop off that shot, man. If I could get that mixed with Sentinel, all right, whole lot of nothing.
Actually, I've got a Defiant left. Throw a Defiant at you. See what happens.
All right.
Let's see.
Wait, actually, you could get the Sentinel Mastery and Fighting Style around level 7 with the new fighter specialty thing.
Man, no, it's like you have to be wielding a vibro weapon. Trust me, I looked.
Oh.
I was getting greedy with it.
Dagger in one hand, pistol in the other.
Hey, that's
A 14.
Nice.
Unfortunately, a 14 will just miss.
I appreciate the attempt though.
All right. Yeah, he whiffs it. The civilians are up. These two are both able to get pretty much off the map and get out of the way of the Yuzon Vong forces. And you guys were able to evacuate, two of their civilians. But unfortunately, the two that got taken down, who wants to roll a d20? There's 2 d20s to roll.
I think there's 3 of them.
Oh, there's
From you
3.
last
There's
time.
another guy, that guy, yeah. He's unfortunately going to dodge.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
get one of these d20 rolls here.
I'll roll one.
All right. So the guy on the left, 1 failure. The guy on the right, 2 successes. All right. The Yuzon Vong soldier, he is tripping. Actually, no, he's still stunned right now, actually.
Stunned, unconscious, stripping balls.
Yeah. So stunned and unconscious, so he is not taking damage, but he gets to repeat the save for the Constitution on the end of his turn. He is still passed out. So yeah, Caesar, you're just kind of actually. Is Caesar still passed out too? He's just surrounded by just a real good nap pile of Yuzon Vong soldiers and Caesar. All right. So the Chazrak soldier is going to try to attack the last of the remaining civilians in the field. He's got 2 attacks at disadvantage due to the guy dodging. So first attack, it's going to be the 10. That'll miss. He misses both of them. You see this scared civilian just kind of duking and dodging the Chazrak as he kind of lifts his blades, with both of them going wide and missing the human. And then, there's one up here still left. Who's he going to mess with? He's going to continue his assault against Talus. So you see him whipping up his coffee. He doesn't have anybody within 5 feet of him, so it's normal.
Isn't he like?
Oh no, yeah, he's stunned too. Yeah. So he's out of it.
He's dreaming that he's doing that.
like dogs when they think they're chasing the rabbit when they're sleeping.
Little Chazrak leg kicking.
Yeah.
All right. This guy is gonna go after Dash. So you see him spinning his staff, desperate not to repeat the failure of last time. He lashes out twice towards the Republic soldier. Whoa. There we go. All right. First one just goes super wide. He follows it up with a spin and connects. And give me a strength saving throw.
All right.
Yeah, give it to this man. At the very least, he's consistent.
He sure tries hard.
So you see, kind of first one goes wide, the second one he comes low and knocks you out from your feet. Chazrak soldier is dead. The party is up. Oops, what did I take off?
How does this guy look?
He looks close to bloodied.
Okay, and I guess what do they all kind of look like? Like that Chazrak?
He looks hurtish, not bloodied. This guy looks real rough. This guy's pretty
Okay.
much untouched.
All right. And can
Yeah,
I see
let's-
the one over here by Vars, or is he
No, you can see him.
obscured?
Yeah,
Does he look
Oh, no, you're
fine?
yeah, he looks good.
Okay. Let's see here.
I'm gonna take same thing with the taking 2 shots without my proficiency, aiming
Okay.
at the Vong by Dash.
That'll
Okay.
hit.
I'm gonna go with. That's not a dex save. That's a wisdom save. I need to relabel that. Yeah, there we go.
Real fast. Who's willing to wake up Caesar?
All right. Well, that's 12 damage.
Yeah, he's looking a little bloody now.
All right. I'll might as well go for the other one.
That'll hit.
Yeah. Oh, wait. I get to re-roll that because yep. The
Oh.
4th paragraph.
Perfect. Yeah.
Oh yeah. All right.
Nice.
Take that.
Slightly better, but still better.
Ooh, every point of damage, baby. Hell yeah.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, those new rules are rounds up, so you're good.
Yeah, feels good.
He's still up, but he is definitely got a gasping, burning, multiple blaster burns up. He is definitely looking worse for the wear.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna the action surge. Can I do that?
Hey, action surgeon. I'm
All right.
surprised you guys have it.
Whatever.
That's
Why? You know what? Why not? Another one. Same thing, but with proficiency this time.
all right.
All right. Good talk. That's it for ours.
All right, who's up next?
Yeah, so laying on the ground, I'm just gonna take a chain shot gun, try to finish him off here.
All right.
Hit him with the chain gun, see if he.
If he does not save that, he will be down. He does not save it. Finish him.
Nice. So as he just like knocks me on the ground, I'm just like, stop with the stick, and he just like open fire on the ground, just like above me. And then I will.
A very comfortable murder. Just
So I will stand up. 10, 15. So I feel bad about the grenade thing. So I will stand up. So that'll take 15, 20, 25, 30. And it takes an action to wake him. I'll just use my action surge to wake up Caesar. And then my bonus action, I'll just go ahead and second wind.
Perfect.
And that'll be my turn.
Caesar looks very thankful for being woken up in the midst of the battlefield, and does Dash give him like a helping hand to stand up after player?
Yeah. So as I kind of shake you awake, I'll actually kind of grab your shirt or vest and kind of lift up a little bit as you're coming around.
I do not know why, but Misa always underestimates explosives, or thinks that I could withstand them. Never change. And these guys are all asleep, right?
Those three, the three with the blue squares are. So this guy is awake and looking pretty untouched.
So there's a thing to stabilize one of these guys. Could it be an action medicine check, or does it have to be like with one of those spells?
Oh no, it can definitely be a medicine check. You said it'd be a DC 13.
Got it. So in that case, Dash, looking to the unconscious lads, they're not a threat right now. And while he's not usually about taking prisoners, he does know someone who's a bit more skilled in subterfuge than him, like Kurt, might be able to get something out of them. So he's not gonna really go for a good draw or anything. Instead, bonus action using the last of his superiority dice, going to Commander's Strike Greater for dash to just lay into this guy over here, while also moving over to this man here and going for a medicine check.
Do you have enough speed to get over there?
Let me double check. So I was right here. Yes, barely.
Perfect.
15 and with coming up in front. So medicine check. 23. That's
You're able to stabilize him.
Alright. Conscious or unconscious?
Oh, he's unconscious, yeah. So you kind of patch him
Yeah.
up, get him breathing, but he is still completely knocked out.
Then would it be an action to sling this guy over his shoulder, or
Unfortunately, it would be an action to kind of pick him up.
that's unfortunate. Yeah, and that will be Caesar's.
Perfect. And who'd you give your commander strike to?
On one end, I want to give it to Vars just because he keeps missing things. But on the other end, Caesar is a lot more comfortable with Dash from a roleplay standpoint, so he almost always gives this to Dash.
And Dash has a much bigger gun.
The man's got a chain gun. Go heavy.
Yeah, man, those rounds are expensive. They add up. Yeah, so I'll go ahead and shoot the guy that Caesar said to shoot. Oh man.
All right, and that's the one that's still conscious. So I roll that. All right. Yeah, you see, he kind of expected that blast to come, and he maneuvers around the worst of it.
Yeah, so he'll take 5 instead.
All right, Talus and Garrett, I think you're up.
Talus, did you want to do something or try to move?
I'll go.
I could try to take the Chazrak out, and then you can move if you wanted.
Yeah, sure. I will step over your prone body.
Oh, well, I'll get
here.
We gotta. Is he? He's down, right? Stunned.
He's unconscious, yeah.
Oh, okay. So we don't gotta
Yeah.
worry about opportunity attacks.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna step over to there, and then I'm gonna hold for the other thing that I'm gonna do until after you guys.
Okay.
I'll go last.
So Garrett's gonna make his way over here, or get up, and then actually I was gonna move there next to Bars, and he will, pulling out that double blade, go to swing at that Chazrak laying down. He looks pretty hurt already, right?
Oh, which one are you swinging at? Oh, that guy? Yeah, he looks pretty hurt.
Okay.
Bloody.
Yeah.
Yep,
This is with advantage, right?
with advantage.
He's on the ground. Perfecto. Oh, I'm gonna
Nice.
enjoy this. 19 hits for 8 kinetic damage. Just got him right in the torso.
Stab it till he's looking near the end of his rope.
And do it again for a bonus action.
Ooh, yummy.
Oh. But is it enough?
Finish him.
Ooh.
Hell yeah.
Just gonna drive it into his guts. He remembers getting hit with those whatever weapons they have, the Kufe coffees.
Mhm.
Is that what they had? And remembering that pain and going down, and mostly the embarrassment, just the embarrassment of going down in every fight it gets in. Weaseling his way back to life. He just stabs it and twists it in there as much as he can until the body stops moving, and then pulls it out and glares at the Vong that Vars is staring down.
The best kind of therapy.
And then he's going to take a step back this way.
Caesar, in kind of response to that, is gonna look at. I almost say Gars. I got 2 names.
Gars.
To Gert, and will kind of point to this sleepy boy over here, and say, "Let's try leaving that one alive. Leave it to cats. The rest, do as you
Will do.
All right. The other user on Vong Soldier, continuing with his whip out, is going to finally see if he can tag poor Vars. You see him lash out twice with the staff whip, just kind of reaching back and slashing it forward. And first one will hit and make a strength saving throw as it connects. Vars is easily able to keep his feet as he feels the whip kind of cut through his armor. Just 9 points of kinetic damage as the Vong slash lands.
And halved.
Oh yeah, half with the thing. And Talus, you take 4 as well. And Talus, give me a concentration check too. Perfect.
Like a champ.
All right. Civilian.
I still, Tegan, I didn't get to go at the end of the last thing.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
gonna go last.
Go ahead.
You have.
I'm just gonna I'm gonna spectrum ray the guy that just attacked. Fire damage.
Perfect.
16 hit.
That'll hit.
And 3 points of fire damage. Some damage is better than no damage.
Hey,
Perfect. You see that fire burning through, and doesn't seem like his armor helps at all against that. All right. Who wants to roll a d20? There's one left that's still rolling death saves. This is a guy that has 2 successes, though, so this is the easy one to roll. 3 successes.
Hey.
You see, he just kind of stabilizes himself as all this chaos goes around him.
Can see some whistle to this Chazrak here so he won't keep chasing people and sickle for him.
Which Jazrak?
This one over here who's having a field day.
Unfortunately, it's not much Caesar can do unless he gets closer to stop him from going after that poor civilian who is going to dodge yet again. All right. That guy's asleep. That guy's dead. So he's gonna. So last Chazrak grunt. This will probably be his last strike against the civilian. Will the dodgy guy get lucky yet again? He only has to hit a 10. Unfortunately, that will hit.
No, we lost.
This man he has a chance. He can live.
Yeah, he's just he's alive but cut up and unconscious. All right. Near the end of this battle, that user on Vong Soldier is dead. Vars, actually, the whole crew is up.
all right. I got something I want to try.
All right.
I'm gonna fire two shots at this lovely gentleman over there.
All right.
Okay. Does that 14?
Just misses.
Yep.
That'll hit
That's
though.
16. All right. Along with a goading attack.
All right.
Oh wait. And I get to re-roll that dice. Hooray, hooray. Huzzah, huzzah. Yeah, that's a lot better.
He will fail.
He will fail. All right. So with that, Vard's is going to take his 35 feet of speed and just make his way 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
All right. He's going to make a whip attack at you as you go, but he is going to super miss it.
Oh yeah, that's perfectly fine. Okay, that's it for me. I just wanted to do that.
All right. What's the rest of the crew doing?
I really want to just kill this guy, but Caesar said not to kill the guy. He thinks about it for a while, but I'll come down here. So I'll go 5, 10, 15. Does that get me? Yeah, that should get me a clean shot on that guy.
All right.
And I'll open up with my my chain gun on him.
Dang.
And he will fail that. He's looking real worse for the wear. Bloodied, burns across his body as he stands over that poor civilian in front of him.
All right. That'll probably be my go.
Talus, you should run.
Yeah, I'm going to. I need to stay with Vars anyways because I have to be within 60 feet to maintain my barrier with him. So I'm going to move to here, and I'm going to go last again.
All
Remind
right.
me again how jumping works. So if I gotta run up to it, and say I dashed, moved 50 feet, and I could jump around 20 feet. Could that technically give me 70 feet of movement, or does it cap out?
Jumping counts towards your movement speed.
That's unfortunate. In that case, I can't get to the civilian. I can get closer to the treasure. So that's probably what Caesar's going to do, seeing that this man's still picking on some civilians. Just walking up, pulls out his blaster, his heavy blast pistol, and will just start blasting.
Blast away. That'll hit.
And yeah.
Finish him.
Yeah, just starts basically just nonchalantly walking up, pulls out the gun, starts unloading into him. Even when he's dead, just keeps on firing just to make sure. And he is making his way to the civilian to go patch him up, and that's gonna be his. Can he do it? Usually Caesar can do something more. What was it? Oh, hey! Yeah, no, he's got a ton of things he can do as bonus action. Critical analysis or the help action. Who's not gone yet?
Geert.
Yeah, Garrett's still up, yeah. A little too far.
Yeah, Caesar will quickly. Well, I don't really. I need to think of like a bunch of one-liners for Caesar. He's kind of do the joke in this situation, but he's gonna yell out some encouragement to Gert and give Gert the help action, as he's still within 90 feet.
Nice.
Oh, 90 feet. Nice. I thought it was 30.
Wait, let me double check. I could be wrong. And
So what's this do mechanically?
Firing. Hold on. Oh, it's a range of 30 feet. So that's my bad. However, instead of that, I can do my critical analysis. Let's see here.
Well, I was gonna move down closer around, probably into range, if you want to do it then.
No, the critical, the help action thing is only 30 feet.
Gotcha.
Sorry, yeah, no, help action's 30 feet, critical analysis is 90, and you now can add +4 to an attack roll or ability check of your choice.
Oh, okay, cool. I'm
I
definitely
think
gonna do
Tegan
that.
disconnected.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, he's okay.
Oh, I couldn't see your screen. My bad.
So yeah, a critical analysis, hand it over here. That'll be Caesar.
All right, Garrett, what you about to do?
So how bad does that guy look?
He's looking bloodied. Definitely near the end of his rope.
All right. So I think what I'm going to do is, as he's making his way down, running for cover, he's going to peer around his shoulder and just lock eyes with that Vong and point 2 fingers at him and let loose a little arc of lightning with shock. There we go. He's going to add that 4 to that. Make it a 15.
That just hits.
Or 7 lightning damage.
You see the lightning roll through him, kind of wince in pain, but he is still standing at the end of it.
My God, what do these make these guys out of? And Garrett's just gonna keep running. Let's see what I got. Where was I? I think it was here. That's 5, 30. And I believe that's gonna be his turn.
All right, is that everyone?
Oh,
I
Talos is
gotta,
up,
I
yeah.
gotta go still. Far guy over there that we are apparently running from. I'm gonna use my corrosive mixture on him and do some acid damage, assuming he doesn't make the save. Oh wait, I think he's too far away. It's 30 feet.
Oh,
Yep,
yeah, he's
it's
too
too
far.
far.
Yeah, you have to be closer.
Okay. Is these tents they're in the way, or do they provide any sort of cover?
Yeah, so for any ranged attacks, they do provide a bit of cover.
Okay. I'm not scared. I'm gonna move a little bit closer. So I moved 15. That's 25 total now.
Oh, you
So
can have a
that
rock.
should put me in range. Yep. Okay. Now I'll roll. So Talos is like, I don't know what I'm doing. And yeah, I guess I'll just keep the same roll if that's okay, since I rolled it a little bit prematurely.
Oh,
So
yeah. go
11
ahead.
acid damage if he failed. And it shouldn't be a deck save. That's weird.
Roll
What is
20
it?
may have reset something.
What is it supposed to be?
I'm checking right now. 1 second.
Yeah, corrosive's deck save.
Corrosive mixture should be. Oh, it is a deck save. Huh. That's weird. Oh, all right. I'm sorry, guys. It is 4:55 in the morning for me.
That's all right.
No worries.
All right,
So-
he'll fail. So finish him.
All right. Yeah. Just a stream of acid just comes flying 30 feet at his face, and if you thought that he looked very ugly before, he actually looks better now. But he's dead. So, doctor's got to do what he can. So
Getting him funeral ready.
Perfect. We see the last awake Yuzon Vong Warrior fall to the acid. The other two, actually, let me see, because that's everybody on the team, right?
mhm.
Yeah. The only person to worry about now is the civilian over here, which Caesar's gonna be running up towards again, bring him back to stabilization.
All right, let me make sure none of these guys wake up before you guys go.
Yeah, were we capturing the Chazrak? Was that the?
It was the warrior that Caesar was saying, like, don't kill, give that to Kerr. The Chazrak, he kind of doesn't care about.
It's kind of a mindless drone. It's not really gonna do anything. Might as well kill it.
Yeah, so they are both
Well,
still
we could hand
unconscious.
it over. We could hand it over to the good doctor so he can dissect it. Live specimen would yield the best results.
Does anyone have a way to like bind or incapacitate them?
I have a grappling hook. We could tie around them.
Caesar's got his amphitheater.
Yeah, I don't think
I-
I ought to bring that stuff.
I didn't
I mean,
buy
I
binders
have
because
a
they were so
poison
heavy.
kit. I have a poison kit with my backpack. I could. I mean, Tegan, can I create a because tranquilizer is poison, right?
Unfortunately, you would not have the equipment or the time to be able to kind of go through
No. Okay.
and create a tranquilizer.
Concoct something really
Yeah.
quick and then be like, "Hey, does this smell like chloroform?"
Unfortunately, you need a little bit more time for that.
All right, I'm good, but I'm not that good, guys. Sorry.
Well, is there any way we could, I don't know, keep him from using his arms or legs.
Dude,
Here
I think
it's
you guys
gonna-
have
have a
rope.
fusion cutter. Does it take it out?
Garrett's gonna slowly draw out the handle of his double-bladed lightsaber and be like, I mean, we do. It's kind of gruesome, but I mean, it's not like we're gonna make these guys uglier, right? Say the word.
I say we just firing squad this guy.
I mean,
Chazrak, we don't need.
all right. I mean, hold on. If we time this, like we can. Vars is gonna dig through his pack and pull out his like his trophy light foil, and just kind of like if we coordinate this. I mean, I'm not great with this, but I can cut an arm off.
Oh, you mean synchronized dismemberment?
Yeah.
Oh, I've done
Yeah.
this before. You
There-
just should have
Just
said
that dark.
something.
That's a pair of words I didn't think I would hear ever
You
put
was
together.
galactic. Sport.
One of Mesa's
Yeah.
favorite parts. In fact, Satray, I very much concur that dismemberment would be the best way to keep this one from causing too much trouble. Plus, it will help with the, well, breaking of morale later. Could you
I
see
mean,
one of these warriors being brought to the rest of the invaders with cybernetic limbs? It would cause them despair, anger, grief.
Talus is gonna turn off his holo recorder while this conversation starts.
What's an edit button? I don't know, man. What? Vars is just gonna look over at Caesar and be like, "Yeah, I you know what? I'm starting to understand why they call you the butcher." Jeez.
Normally, I aim for the head, but he's feeling a bit more capture rather than destroy right now. A gift for the good cur. He may have use for this one, and if he does not, I shall.
All right. Well, Garrett, if right or left?
Which, you know what? Doesn't matter to me. I'm good with either hand. You do
Alright.
your dominant one, I'll do the other one.
Yeah, I'll. Okay, I'll hold with my left, cut with my right. Okay.
Right before they do it, can Caesar check to see if he's got anything basically like a cyanide pill in his mouth that he would be able to pop? Caesar wants to make sure that option's gone.
Definitely. Roll an investigation check.
Alright. Does anyone want to help Caesar with this?
Not proficient.
Investigation?
Investigation.
Oh,
Looking for
yeah.
any way for
That
this
is
guy to
not.
basically stop his own heart.
Yeah, I'm not
Head
proficient in
off
that.
his
Thought I was.
Nope.
I'm proficient. I guess I can help.
He'll look to Dallas.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm like trying to wipe my kind of coat off of the blood and a little bit of the acid that kind of sprayed out for me, and I'll be like, sure, I'll take a look.
Yeah.
Are you wanting me to do the roll?
Caesar's willing to let you do the roll and give you the help action, but he originally intended to do it himself.
Okay, you can do it. You can do it. I'll help you. You go for it.
Yeah.
Advantage to you.
So just to be clear, this is Caesar looking in the creature's mouth, and Vars is gonna say out loud that, I didn't realize you were that obsessed with dental care.
I have no idea what one could hide in one's teeth. One time, a man held an entire blade there. Pulled it out. The tooth was the palm. I will never forget it. Nearly gutted me on my own operating floor. Great days.
That's a weird knife.
It was.
It is
It's more like a shiv.
It is pretty messed up, but I've seen some people do some really messed up things. And I don't even want to get into what they can hide up their prison wallets. I believe it. They can hide all sorts of weird things on their bodies, and these guys look like they're no stranger to that sort of stuff. They mutilate themselves constantly. Look at their faces.
Oh, good. Okay. I really want to. Can we just get back to dismembering whatever?
Yeah. Let's get back to cutting their arms off, making a bloody mess.
Yeah. This is
Get
less. This
We
is
were
less
really here
stomach
for it.
churning.
This,
Yeah.
this right here makes me nostalgic.
All right. Well,
But I am glad to be a part of the Republic. I mean,
Yeah,
yep,
Dash is
and,
very uncomfortable. He's not part of this.
well, Gear.
He's gonna hand him a blindfold, maybe some earplugs, just like.
We're cutting off the guy's legs and his arms, right?
Yep, possibly giving him cybernetics in the future to break his will.
I think we're getting ahead of ourselves.
Cultural pack to gear,
yeah.
by the way.
Oh, how
in
much?
case this goes terribly.
In case he cuts himself
All right. Well, your counter mine.
for another 8. All right, I'll take it. Thank you
But
very much.
Tegan, you never did say. Did we find anything with that investigation?
Yeah, you're right.
Oh yeah, with the investigation,
Oh yeah.
they actually do. So you don't see anything in his mouth, but you kind of see like twist his neck a little bit as you're moving. And you see kind of like the neck doesn't look the way you expect it to, and you see something kind of rigid in his neck. And you kind of feel around it. It looks like it could be like a little. Like, it feels like hard. You feel kind of like it feels a little sharp. It feels like if he turned his neck a certain way, it could kind of cut into his own arteries.
He'll look to Talus and is willing to give the help action to Talus to quickly remove that from the proper surgery. That or
What?
have
We're not
someone hold his
dismember
head
this guy.
down.
What?
This is starting to look like field surgery.
Yeah, I'm just gonna conduct surgery. Yeah, right here. Okay.
Or we can have
Yeah.
someone hold down his head while they cut off the limbs and then. God, this is dark.
Yeah, that's kind of real dark. It's
So
kinda
he's
real.
gonna wake up.
Or,
Yeah,
or if you guys want to just be less terrible, we could just kill him. I mean,
No.
no.
You know,
No, Caesar
So
wants
we
this
could
guy
just
to be a
knock him
president.
out. Just saying, could knock him out.
Yeah, that is also another option.
Or
Take
you guys
his weapons and knock him out.
or cut
Caesar
off his
seems
arms.
really happy about the dismemberment.
I can.
Well, I'll throw this out there. I'm gonna take his weapons anyway. Anything I can find in scrounge. So we're already gonna be stripping him bare. So he won't have that stuff. We could just knock him out, and then if Care wants to do something with him, then he can, and we'll do it there. At least then we'll have him, and we won't be out here. Because who knows what kind of trouble we might run into. Might not be able to take this guy with us. Might run into trouble up ahead.
Oh God.
We don't exactly have anywhere to.
Caesar
We don't
would say.
exactly have anywhere to put this guy on the ship, do we? So I mean, look, I don't want to imagine a quadruple amputee chinning around the ship trying to bite us on our sleep.
Caesar takes full responsibility of this man, and also would bring up the fact that he'd be a lot lighter to carry around with a lot less things.
Okay.
He is. The man is quite.
Do I still need to
quite
remove the
brutal.
stain in his neck?
Yeah. So
All right,
someone
well,
holds down his
roll a
head so when
medicine
the limbs are
check.
taken off, and then we take the thing out of the neck once he's awake, or quote unquote awakened by the surgery if he's even brought awake.
What? Wait, but
Yeah, this guy's
That seems
just,
like the opposite
done.
of what we want to do.
If you guys do anything to him, he's just gonna wake up. Like if you start
Yeah.
cutting into him, he's just gonna wake up.
yeah, that's why it was the whole synchronized thing. Oh man! All right, look, we're in the middle of a thing here. We can't be discussing this for too long. Is there any reason you want to bring him back, or just to interrogate him? Is that what it is? Because again, but we don't have, again, we're on an occupied planet. We don't know what's going to happen. We can't have a prisoner in tow that might be combative the entire way, and I don't want to drag around the nub.
It's not. It would be Mesa, and it is not something that is unknown.
No, I mean like a nugget of a purse or whatever they are.
I suppose it goes to say that I can't exactly feel them in the force, so I'm not doing the heavy lifting.
Yeah, then I don't want to carry it.
Right.
Take care of
I think we should all just take him out and
Yeah.
be
Okay.
done with it and
I
move
mean,
on to Captain
look,
Kirk.
Yeah,
So-
look,
I'll point to that guy and just be like, "Gear, knock that guy out," and then I'll just walk up to this guy and just like, let's execute him.
All right.
Cecil was so disappointed. Like it was all getting set up. He was
Yeah.
happy, but then it's just like, dang.
Well, you might still get to do your cutting, get your get your rocks off.
Yeah,
but
like
let's get him to a
That's
safe
not
place.
why
I wasn't into it. I'm just being pragmatic.
Yeah.
I think Caesar's smiling at the thought of it. I don't know.
That's not why I do it. It's simply nostalgia.
Nostalgia. You've done
Okay.
this. Either
Why-
way, he's just gonna shake his head.
Butcher of the Rim.
You realize
What
that's
do you know
worse than what I
the
said.
Duncan guillotine. What did you think? What?
All right,
He looked
okay, the hell
a
with
little offended.
Okay, so Var's is gonna take the light foil like off, put it like next to the Chazrock's head, and just fumble with the controls a little bit because he's still not sure of it, and ignite it into the Chazrock's head.
Buzzes
Good.
right through him.
Okay,
Stuck
All
in
right.
convenient.
yeah.
Geart's gonna take the double-bladed save with both ends ignited. He's gonna turn off one end and then just crack it down on the guy's skull.
Oh, jeez.
Well, no, I'm knocking him out. I'm not murdering him,
okay.
right?
I was imagining the lit end for some reason.
No,
Yeah,
no.
okay.
Turned it off so I could hit him with the butt. Crack.
You knock him unconscious, and that's where we'll wrap up today. After the amputee conversation, you guys,
Sorry, Caesar, that was off the rails.
Yeah, no.
That reminds me of
from 0 to 100 real fast.
well, you ever watch Silicon Valley where they have their like little tangent things that they go off of? And they're just at the chalkboard. Yeah, it's that kind of thing. He's like, yeah, but if we cut off his legs, then he can't move, and he'll be a little slower to get around. Like this is getting
So-
a little too analytical.
So if you get guys that are the same height, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
back and forth.
Yeah.
Optimize efficiency. All right, moving forward. Hey, what's up?
Perfect. Well, that's where we'll wrap up today, guys. Join us back. What's the next date? The 10th of May for the next chapter in Invasion, as the crew goes and finds out more of the refugee or the colony situation on Saijo and kind of what's going on here. And it gets a little bit further into the adventure. But thank you everybody for joining us. And next week, the 3rd. Oh yeah, we've got Arcadia. So we're running a Mutants Mastermind one shot, the 3rd. So join us next Tuesday at 7 p.m. and get to see some superhero shenanigans. But overall, thanks for joining us. Tune in next time. See you guys. All right.